Hello, everybody, and to those of you that are watching later, greetings and salutations. This is going to be a Sacred Power Energy Balance Oracle, solar type stuff, reading for you for June 4th, 2022, which is tomorrow. But if you're watching later, it could be for today. And if you're watching it the day after tomorrow, and it applies to you, and you want to watch it, and it works for you, a week later, please let me know in the comments section. Say world of synchronicity, anything is possible. So what we're going to do is do 3 cards, oracle cards, to show how the energies around us are going to balance. And then we're going to chat with any of our friends that may arrive on the live chat for more fun and games here at 99.9. Okay, so the energy of abundance is on one hand. That's an energy, either an energy we're trying to focus in on, we're trying to tap into it, we're trying to make best use of it, all that good stuff. It's a nice energy. It's a warm, calming, soothing energy. It's great on one hand. So if anything, we need to tone abundance down, or do we need to perk it up? And what's on the other side is medicine. Okay, so for those of you that are watching, be good to yourself. It's not a crime to be good to yourself. Be good to yourself. E.T., right? Good medicine, chicken soup for the soul, that kind of stuff. So that's the energy that you're going to use to balance out anything that you might be feeling, might be going through, any kind of illness or something that doesn't feel at ease, at harmony. The energy levels and the comfort levels that you're capable of, in the abundance of the self-work you've done already so far. Good job, everybody, in the abundance, right? So when you try and reach those levels again and again, don't worry. It's never forced. It's wu-wei. It's invisible action all the time. And be good to yourself. Anything's medicine to a 4-year-old, right? We have a dark sense of humor around here sometimes, but we never intended that way. And it is, at the end of the day, we're balancing out these energies of feeling better and how well we can actually feel, how well we can actually be. What was be the best you can be all that you can be, right? Airbnb. Just kidding. Some of you might just need to take a little vacation, or that's what's on tap. So it's good. And for some of you, health and healing is just around the corner as well. When we look at an abundance of medicine, never mind the 7 billion unused pokey jabs, but the actual holistic, awakened well-being, well-feeling type energy that you can achieve. Be good to yourself, and it will come. All right? And what's bridging these things is compassion. So that's fantastic. This is actually a very good read. Very good energies for collective for June 4th. Today, we can ride it out today because we found out about it today. But those are for tomorrow, right? So abundance of compassion, which is the medicine that the soul needs. Whether you're giving it or receiving it, because abundance can't flow if you don't do either. All right, this is an awesome little way to start out our live stream. And for those of you that are tuned in later just for that, video will be rebranded just for that exact reading. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, if it resonated, don't forget to hit the like button. Let me know that it was good for you. Was it good for you? It was good for me. This is a nice cards. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. And welcome to the people that have arrived on set. On stage. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Jazzy B. I do remember you, Jazzy B. And of course I remember Rebecca. Howdy, partner. Howdy. Yes, howdy. I do remember you, Jazzy B. What's going on? What's happening out there on your side of the pond? Thank you for the little smiley cat. So kind of you. And 88, welcome. You guys, if it gets crazy, let me get out my pen and paper now so that we have this rockin'. It is 99.9, a Legends of Tarot kind of cafe day. It's a very 9 day. Think about it. 6/3/2022. 2022 is a 6. So 636 is 12 and 6/3 15, right? And 15 becomes a 6. So that's kind of interesting. It's like a very Tesla kind of vibe. Just create the energy and then distribute the energy freely from the power and the magnitude that is the guiding love, light, source consciousness of your soul. We can do it. It's not, we have to put in a little work, like where's my pen? That one always buffoons me. I was all set and ready to go, and then it's, what happened? Dude, where's my pen? Waited for a year. Can I ask about my career? Yes, you can. You can do that. Just let me make sure. You know what? Maybe we don't even need a pen. Maybe we'll be fine. Just to get into it. There's only 3 of us here. And yeah, Jazzy B. Yeah, what do you want to... Is there anything about your career you want to ask? Or do you want to have a general career? It's your call. We'll get 3 cards out on this not very 9 kind of day for whatever questions you may have. Not those 3 cards, but those 3 cards were flipped upside down already. And Rebecca was still at work. And 88, hey, thanks. Thanks, 88. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in and chiming in. Is it the stability of the current job? Okay, Tarot, we're asking about, for Jazzy B, the stability of a current job. Is it there? How stable is it? Could it be more stable? These are questions, Tarot, that we want to know. Show us the energies around it, how to balance it, and how to bridge it. Hi, Bridget. All right. And then we'll do some community stuff. If you guys want to stick around, instead of like just doing personal readings, we can do pick a cards, we can do a collective, we can read for famous people or evil people or whatever you want to do. We're not judging them. We're just stating the obvious facts. We prefer facts over... Oh, what a gong show this place is. Okay, Jazzy B, let me cut these cards for you, and then we'll get into it. So nice to see all of you. Thank you for coming. It's free tarot. What the heck? You can't go wrong. That's ouch. Oh, you're right to ask the question. I think you're very right to ask you the question, Jazzy B. It's almost like read for Amber Heard. Yeah, absolutely. This has the vibe of like you already know in your heart that it's having a tower moment, that there's tower energies behind it where it's like this could all be over like instantly. The 10 of Swords is the ending of a cycle, not necessarily a career cycle, but mind is attached so much to career that it will do that, especially if it's at the front of your consciousness. So it's almost saying like your mind doesn't want to accept that your heart already knows that something's needs to change about your career. So even though you said the job is great now, you're waiting and wanting for that career. That job is getting tedious, tiresome maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong. You know, I'm just trying to read the energies here and not assume things, right? But the Queen of Cups shows me that you know it in your heart, okay? The Tower shows me that there's major life change around you in your life right now. So there's a good chance that something could happen very easily, like instantaneously. All the gizmos go off, you know, everything happens at once, and you're left in a new direction or manifesting new creation, going down a different path, a different road. So like wondering about the stability of the current job, it's almost like in your heart you already know that that's on you. There's nothing outside, I think, that's going to affect your happiness as far as it comes to your actual career and where you move on from here. And it's like, it's that wanderlust inside of us, whether we know it or not. It comes in our professional lives too, where it's like, for awakened beings, for beautiful people like you are, it's like you won't be strapped down to one thing and, you know, either tricked or unwillingly or subconsciously do it unto yourself, because you're more aware than that. This shows the ending of a cycle and instability. So in answer to your question, I don't see the job being very stable, but I see you having a lot of control. And the reason you have that control is because you know in your heart that something needs to change. Maybe not that something isn't right, but that something needs to change. It could have just been a fact that your greater sense is letting you know it's like, this can't continue, right? But I do, and that's the most important thing. If you love that job, like the Queen of Cups is holding that dear to her heart, that's a great thing to do with your time and with your life, and to make money with it if you can. But I think there's something going on with like recognized potential. The Queen of Cups also always recognizes her potential. So it's like maybe you're realizing some different potentialities or more potentialities for you personally, and then how that's reflecting on the outside career, because that's what's going on the inside. That's the most important side. That's the creative generator, the factory of our own destiny, our own paths, and our own walks. And when you do that alongside everybody else out in the working world, it's like you realize that there's more potential, and you know that there's more potential. And I think that could come in the way of an offering or something that has been offered to you or will get offered to you that's going to shake things up entirely. Okay? And I see you accepting a different offer. I see you accepting it again. My eyes keep getting drawn to that cup in the arms of the Queen there. The Tower and the Ten of Swords, that's outside world stuff, and that's a mental cycle coming to an end. So it shows to me that you're ready to shift gears. So, all right, Jazzy B. So hopefully that resonated for you. Yeah, we asked Tarot about the stability of the current job, and wow, what a spread to get. That's incredible. And thanks for the compliments, 88. Would you like some cards today? Would you just want to hang out? You want to read for Amber Heard? You're Heard. That's funny. Such a distraction. Evil distracting evil. That's what I call it. It's unreal. You waited for a year? Aw. Yeah. You might get another offer and continue doing what you do. A change of job is not necessarily like a change of what you do. All right. Sweet. Do you have a specific question? Just general energy? Sweet. Sweet. Chirp, 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 chirp. Friday night prime time. It's a little bit, it's beautiful weather. All the flowers are out right now. Gotta go out and get some more of that real soon. And then we'll read for Amber Heard. What do we want to know about Amber Heard? Sorry, I'm not asking that, Tarot. That's out of order. We're going to ask about EV88. General energies for our friend EV. All right. General energies for EV88, please. Something about taming the lion. I can't remember if you're a Leo, or maybe you have a Leo or know a Leo. Something there about taming the lion. Taming the lion inside. Ba-ba-na-na-na. You're gonna shake it like it's your birthday. Something about your birthday, too. Which is kind of cool. I like general energies. Alright. And thanks for watching after all these years of my comings and goings and appearings and disappearings. Appreciate that, Evie. Let's get some cards out for you. Oh, no Leo, to your knowledge. Something about taming a lion, though. I don't know. That was me that associated. It was just a lion at first, and then I just associated with Leo. That was probably me just layering on it. But what I saw is a taming of a lion. So it might represent strength, too. So if the strength card is down in there, it's making itself known. All right, but first up you got temperance, which is nice. This is a balanced energy. I'm glad you resonated with that energy balance reading earlier. Hopefully that got you feeling really good. And hopefully this card shows like a time of feeling good, a time for rest, a time of just backing away from it all. You know, it's never that your back's up against the wall. It's just that you can always relax back. There's comfort that is on its way or about to improve for you, like something to do with comfort levels, how comfortable you are in a situation, how comfortable you are on your couch, how comfortable you are when you reflect as a person, whatever it might be. There's changes, there's more comfort coming, and I don't know how that will manifest exactly. It's a major event though. It'll be like a feeling that like kind of carries you away, washes you away a little bit. And that's just fine because you're ready to go with a new flow now as well. There's always something about brand newness with the temperance card. It's like temperament changes quickly, right? Like our attitude and then our habits and then our beliefs and that whole structure, that whole hierarchy of where does it ultimately lead to in the mind. And it's like, yeah, it doesn't really matter as long as there's a sense of novelty to it, a sense of newness to it. That's what brings in the better rays of light, the filtered and unfiltered rays of light that are so good for us while we're here. So it's good. Maybe you're just out there soaking up the sun, right? The Eight of Cups. The card of the 180, the flip the script kind of card emotionally. You might be feeling emotionally that you've maybe like something changed recently in regards to like where your heart energies were and what you were going through and how you're feeling. That, it's kind of been a point of seeing things from the other side for you. Which you're very good at, you're very well versed in, and it's nice, but sometimes it's the hardest perspective to have, and it can be hard on the heart too, to look at it, through that lens, even though we know it's the right lens. We know it's the right lens. We have to take a break from it when we look through it constant, and just being able to know both sides of the coin and how painful it can be when others don't see that. Well, it doesn't have to be painful, but it's on the way to getting the energy there where it's like you can be so nonchalant, like you're well versed, but to just be so nonchalant about it that it's not going to just disturb your vibe and your bliss. So maybe you were balancing out energies of like how others are reacting or not reacting. And again, it might even be in a broader sense of the word, just like, I don't know, maybe you're a people watcher. Maybe you study some social aspects of life with great interest. And it's a great vibe to have because it ultimately leads to what is this all about type of question. And I feel like this now is we're getting into general readings where it's more like your higher self is here now saying, yes, these are the things that I would like to see more of. And these are the things that I would like to see less of. And you're well aware of them. And me as the reader, I don't need to know, right? Because it's the 5-3 split. You want to go bowling? Maybe you're going bowling. Okay. All right. Now we've got up to the very nice card to round out the chit. This is a good reading all in all. Yeah, you're bridging a gap of some sort. I feel either between people or between places even, or between ideas about entrepreneurship, even like which road is better to travel, which road is just it's tough because once you've made a choice in life, it's like there it is. Now you go and make manifest again until you come to a position where you're in a position to make another choice that it gets easier and easier and easier and easier every time the train goes down the track. Does it go left? Does it go right? But once it's left, it's left. And once it's right, it's right. Until it gets to a point where it can go left or right again. right? And we're not talking politics here. We're just talking about the train, about the train, right? About getting to that special place again, that special point again. See, standing out, we'd call it point philosopher's stone, and the Three of Wands. He's out there just kind of kicking back and being like, wow, if I only knew now what I could have known then, but now I'm sure glad I'd know it now. So let's maybe look to new horizons here. So in the general energies, changes are coming, and you're remaining balanced because there's a new beginning of some fashion, some sort. It might even just only apply to a particular thing in your life, or generally speaking, even if it manifests that way, it will add to your repertoire and your emotional intelligence and your remembrance of how well you did during this time. Okay? All right. Jazzy B, yeah, we'll see if we can work you back in here. The program's not overly busy, and I'm around for a few more days, so we can look at that. Get feathered. OMG. Oh, hello, Feather. Hello. It's my friend Feather. It's good to see you, Feather, and you're welcome, EV88. Thanks for coming up. That's a really interesting reading. I like it on a 3 card. It shows more positivity. But if things feel lopsided, you just be you. And that's all we can do. Hello to the butterfly effect. I was looking for my pen earlier, and I still can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is right there. I'm going to start to write some names down just so that if we get busy, I can remember to talk to everybody that came in order. Whether we read or not to read, that is the question. But we do it. So thanks, Evie, and thanks, Jazzy. If we get back around to you, Jazzy, I appreciate you being here today. I'll write you back in for just a quick yes or no. Okay, we could do it that way. If more people show up. If more people don't show up, I'll give you another full time, because that's just the way we roll. Thanks for everybody that was so understanding for me being away. I appreciate that. So we're gonna have Feather, and then we're gonna have a butterfly. That's beautiful. Our collection has started. Feathers and butterflies. That's what we're after today. Do you imagine? You just wake up, slam back an espresso, and being like, what's on today's agenda? Well, I have to go out, and I have to find a feather and a butterfly. And give the feather to the butterfly. See what butterfly does with feather. Probably not much. General spirit guidance. Giggity guidance. Giggity guidance. All right. The guide. Let that be your guide. Okay, I'm going to do this in a very special way. I'm going to do this in a nice special way. For feathered and then for butterfly. Okay? But for feathered. First, we're going to go into just a quick reading from a random page in my favorite little book. Okay? Awakened souls. This is a safe place for awakened human beings. Okay? Souls, spirits, displays of consciousness. That you're all just beautiful. So this is my favorite little book, because we know that feathered has flown a long ways. You know, it's a good feather. All right. And this is how it begins for feather. If you don't look out for others, who will look out for you? If you don't look out for others, who will look out for you? And secondly, loving what you do is the secret to everything. So that just comes quick and random to you. And now we'll get 3 cards out. Hello, KC. Thanks. I see you there. So based on synchronicity and the words that you heard, you know, that other's business. I like that. I like that other people. The things that you see and the things that you can react to in benevolent ways while you're out and about in the world, it still makes life so awesome. Even though like there's so much calamity seemingly all around. Oh my goodness. All right, I don't know where that's coming from, Feather, but here comes a 3 card. Here comes a trio. Hits the trio. Yeah, and then stay tuned. We'll get you an oracle. An oracle after oracle. It's like, yeah. It's like having a shot and 2 boosters. You're feeling it. You're just a little tipsy. Okay, here we go. We've got a strong card of Virgo there in the Hermit. A card there in a 5 of Cups. Oh, wow. What are you into, Feather? These cards, the way this comes up is like, the only word I have to describe this layout is ominous. Like, what are you into? This is like the moon is just saying, holy moly, this is Feather's time. This is Feather's energy. Unredacted, unedited, unabridged, unabsorbed, but it's still a mystery. It's so clear, yet nobody quite understands. And that, it's a beautiful blue hue, not just to the cards, but to the whole energy around this situation. You've got 5 of Cups there in that bridging spot as well. So maybe some of the last reading even resonated for you in a way where I just get a sense of that. There's that lopsidedness. What do I do with that which I've been given? Okay, what am I supposed to do with this wisdom? What am I supposed to do with this bag of diamonds? These spiritual diamonds that, these etheric gifts. What am I? The goodness, the things that I know now that could help so many people, all these good ideas. We got 1,000 years worth of work to do, but, we got the better part of a century to get her done. Don't worry about that. That's what that 5 of Cups is saying. Okay. And moving on over there to the Hermit, which is 2 major arcana out of 3. That's like almost like a spoiler alert for your energies, being like, you've known great comfort. You've known what is possible. And now it's maybe like, not about getting out on the highway looking for adventure and doing it, but holding that goal, that special place, that, and it manifests both in the spiritual realm and here on earth, like special places. Hold on to these and allow the cycle not to be one of redundance, but one of greater guidance in situations that are grounded, like that they're quite either mundane or slow moving, or it's kind of that I have to do that feels. Okay, because the Hermit's prepped for it. He can do it. But if you're feeling bogged down, if you feel disillusioned, if you feel this ominous, if this is you or what you're studying or what it might be, what your idea that it's ready to pop, it's ominous. And man, we're in 2022. You don't think ominous is the #1 bestseller? Oh, no, not the omnicrominous, but just the ominous. All right, hominous, friends, ominous. Jesus. Okay, that's it for you. Wait, we got a sacred power for you too, Feather. Thanks for being here. Just that crazy blue hue, like what? Oh, good stuff. I'm glad to see you guys as well. Thank you. And KC will jump right into that. I got one more card to pull here for Feather. And it is a card of boundaries. That filtered energy, you've broken through. You've gone supernova, you're going next level in regards to spiritual understanding. You're just about to, or you recently just have. And I mean, that special place arrives again, and was a boundary that was keeping you from visiting it more often, or keeping it in front of mind, or being more conscious about how lovely it could be, right? All the time, when then all of a sudden it's like, lovely as it can be is being there for you, right? So it's good to have outer boundaries, but breaking through all those inner boundaries, that you deserve a bat on the back. Not a bat on the back. That'd be horrible. Freudian slip. You need a pat on the back. Okay? for this boundaries cards, right? And look out for a new moon coming in there. All right? Way up there in the top of the thing. Look for something again. More guidance from spirit around the new moon, whenever that is. I lost track of time since I've been back on this planet. But thank you, Feather. Thank you so much for being here. Alrighty. Alrighty. KC, it's good to see you. Big orange super chat. Thanks. That's very kind and nice of you. My company is going through reorganizations. Will I be okay? Thank you. Is it your company? Is it your company, or is this just the company you work for? When you say my company, is it's like you are your proprietary assets? Just and if you don't want to tell me, that's okay. But I understand that you have invested lots of investment into it, whether it's your energy, your time. It's always the way when it's working for the company or owning a company, because you're the hardest workers of all. Let's have a look. Cook. But because you were so kind, I'll give you the full kit and caboodle. I don't have a whole arsenal of cards, but I'm going to do the messages you needed to hear quickly for today. Then we'll do the 3-card reading, and then we'll get the oracle out, okay, for you. And if it's just a quick yes or no, will I be okay? That's a tough one. That's an inner one. All right. Every day brings new choices. And then secondly, don't sweat the small stuff. Okay? So I'm not even going to read into that. Those are just words that the random book chose for you. Right? Now we'll get you 3 cards out. But you invest all your time on it. So it's not your company. All right. So in knowing that, and the reason why I asked that, I didn't want to comment on it till after I got the answer. I'm crazy psychic. Just kidding. I am crazy psychic. It makes a big difference. Because when you ask in relationship to the company, will you, the person, the human being, not the human doing, the human thinking, or the human feeling, but the human being, will I be okay? So we're asking Tarot, show us the energy regarding JC and the company she works for. The Tarot Destroyer. The innate 78. 78 reasons to watch 99.9. We're just playing little cards. Have a little shuffle up, I guess. Okay. Show me the energy relationship between JC, her company, and... yeah. No more and then. And lots of and then. We'll get some cards out for you. 3 of Wands is here again. Very nice. Philosopher's Stone point. Don't sweat the small stuff. 9 of Swords. And 13. Eventually time will change. Time will change it. will I be okay? Yeah, but something's coming to an end. And it might be something that you don't want to deal with or acknowledge or accept. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. These are big cards of change. Okay? Very much so. Let's talk about the major arcana. Let's talk about the restructuring itself. This is probably most what's represented in the major arcana in this change card. Like when we look at the restructuring itself, it's pretty tough, it's pretty swift, and it's going to come pretty quick, and it's going to change things. It's going to end certain things. Okay. And the Knight of Swords is there saying that you're worried. You are exceptionally, you're in a place where it's like, it kind of leaves you feeling shook, because it's like, would I have to like go and repurpose everything that I've been doing for the last little while? Do I have to go and repurpose that all now because of something that, is outside my control? And thought that it would be, okay, because there was a lot of autonomy there, I feel, between you and your company. You're trusted, I feel, and I think that if this is you said restructuring, I see you having to repurpose. So whether you'll be laid off or let go or not, this is showing me a repurpose, but it's also showing me that the repurpose is away from the restructured company. So, and what it says as well with the Three of Wands, thank God it's there, because the first two cards are kind of like, oh man, for real, tarot, we got to deliver this kind of news right now. We're hanging out on a Friday. Everything should be happy, happy, joy, joy, but it's not, and I get it, KC. Three choices, right? Three of Wands, okay? Thank goodness it's there, because you can approach this in ways, because like you just said, the not knowing is driving you nuts. Well, let's say that you do know. Let's say that you do know, and you know that there's not a good chance that you're going to be able to keep your job. This window that you have till October represents the Three of Wands. You can get on it now, and you can go back and you can harness everything, all of your power, all of your potentiality, like the deep questions, like, what do I really want to do? If this is what really made me happy, how can I do that again? How can I repeat that? If that cycle was so favorable to you, the one that's coming to an end at your company, start working on ways to manifest that pattern repeating itself for you. Not the bad stuff, of course, because you've already lived and learned, but if it was rewarding to you, go back into a cycle of it and draw from it what you can. And easier said than done, though, right? But if you start the journey today as if you were going to be laid off, the transition is as if like nothing happened, right? If you receive news that because there is still a potentiality, nothing is certain, there is a potentiality that because you're trusted, and this is showing me more of you being repurposed, you still may end up being repurposed within that company, okay? But I'm not sure if it would bring you as much happiness, and you might have regretted not looking into being somewhere better earlier, if that makes sense. So, Three of Wands as well. Take hold, like, life is changing rapidly, and you're on the right path. It's a good place to be out there on Philosopher's Point with the Three of Wands, because it's asking you to go in and practice some of your manifestation techniques. Whatever your guru is, your subconscious, your binaural beat, or whatever you do, however you do your manifesting, return to that and see it out before it actually occurs. We know you're talented. We know you're so good. Yeah. But I think it's going to be fine. I think there's a strong probability you'll be laid off. All right. So it's like, why do we have to be like that? But the Three of Wands is saying nothing's definite and prepare now as if you already knew. Because if you don't know that you have some control, these things can seem overwhelming. These things can seem... the ships are coming in. Good news, good news. Yeah. It is, because, it's so wonderful when life changes and you get the reward of seeing yourself outside of what you used to be into. That makes, like I said, there's a lot of amazing thought waves and people and processes that make life still so awesome. Okay. Hang tight, butterfly. Hang tight. All right. KC, we got a wisdom oracle for you. And again, just like the last reading, you got the card of boundaries. I might have to leave that one out, because here we go. I'm going to read from the book for you, so we can catch some insight this way. All right, KC, this one's for you. Throughout our lives, we feel our movements are restricted, whether it's in our career, our finances, relationships, travel, or living arrangements. We need to grow as individuals, but we can only do that by breaking old molds and by creating new experiences. There is so much potential within you, but you must be willing to be bold and brave. Breaking barriers is only possible when you overcome your anxiety about moving past physical and emotional boundaries. While it may be comfortable and less risky to stay where you are, you have more opportunities on the other side of that wall. Having the confidence to step forward onto a new path might be a frightening or an exhilarating process. Have faith. For moral support, discuss these avenues with your emotions and close friends and your family before making big decisions. Right now, your soul is asking you to break away from traditional thinking and step outside the box to find the solutions you're facing. The universe is encouraging your growth right now by giving you gentle nudges to explore new ideas. Healthy emotional and physical boundaries are encouraged now. Establish your personal power by creating new boundaries to balance the give and take in relationships and personal connections. New opportunities will arise when you are ready to take that step forward. Take advantage of the opportunities when they come. You have the momentum to push forward with success now, if you choose to do so. I love that. If you choose to do so. I'm going to make a rap, and that's going to be the hook. If you choose to do so. If you choose to do so. All right. Fad and Ben. I should write that down. If you choose to do so. All right. Good. I'm glad it was on point. Fife, once again. That's, yeah, take a little tip. Take a tip. Yeah, that's a very well written oracle card deck, this one, that if you're watching and you're wondering more about it, it's the Sacred Power Oracle deck by Anna Stark. It's one of my go-tos. I only have 4 decks with me right now, so... Well, I'm beyond grateful. Thank you for your generosity, KC. I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. And let me know if you get confirmation or if other readings are resonating. Drop by and leave me a comment. Let me know if you're receiving the same kind of word out there, if I'm going against the grain of maybe your go-to, your guru. All right? It's really great to see you here. Thank you so much for being a part of the party here on Friday night. Legends of Tarot Cafe. Next, we're speaking with Butterfly Effect. I love the Butterfly Effect. Oh. All right. Stay away from danger. Be safe, everyone. Do it, don't do it. Being, not being. Doing, not doing. Feeling, not feeling. And thinking, not thinking. Sorry, not sorry. Going for the glory. Second call for Butterfly Effect. And then, I don't know if Jazzy B is still kicking around. The Tarot Destroyer says, everyone who practices wickedness hates the light and does not come to the light, so that his actions may not be exposed. Oh, yeah, we don't necessarily have to go to the light, because Source has made us the light. And he did it through John 3:20-21. And he did it through, he did it on the shores of Galilee. You know, this is timeless stuff here. We are going supernova. It is fantastic. Like Coolio sang, ride, ride, slippity slide. You better be ready. You better be ready. Okay. So, Tarot Destroyer, do you have anything to add beyond that? Or was this just bot? This was just the Twitter bot army. All right. There we go. All right. So if you, the chat, are taking a break, I'm going to take a break too. Oh yeah, the good people at the Real Thank You Water. Thank you, Casey. All right, go ahead, Butterfly. We needed a moment of silence to hear the effect of the butterfly. It's a 99.9 kind of day, you know. Or Jazzy B suggested we read for Amber Heard, or we could do whatever you want to do. Let's go.
Lane now. Due to recent incidents, the chili will only be...
Sippy sip coffee fans. Burn bean coffee. Get it while it's hot. Due to recent court actions, we are required to warn against the drinking of hot coffee.
Colossal Ore. We are the leading producer of minerals, ore, and natural resources, which means you're benefiting from our services whether you know us or not. No matter what our critics say, at Colossal we care about our employees as well as our customers, which is why we work so hard to get our miners back in the mines where they feel at home. Together we can reunite minerals with the people who love them. Colossal ore, more than ore.
All right. Good to see some activity in the chat. We'll get back to business. Butterfly Fleck just keeps putting a butterfly. She doesn't ask a question. So, yeah, Jazzy B, we can do that. And special warm hugs and welcome to Christina L. Thank you for being here. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, it's kind of like that vibe. It should be that vibe. You know, when people were free to be people. When people were free to be people. When people were free to be people. People were free to be people. All right. You're welcome. You wanted to know if you got a reconciliation. A reconciliation. Okay. Will Jazzy B reconcile with her ex? Let's have a look. We're gonna put you over here. We're gonna put your ex over here. Okay. We're gonna put a bridge of potential reconciliation right there. Okay, so oh yeah, there's some disappointment. Those feelings that are there, that's what's coming from you. That's kind of the vibe that you're putting forward with this question. It's kind of like this feeling of like, F you double hockey sticks. It just, something doesn't feel right here. Something feels off about this. If only I could move on type energy, right? Which is why you ask a question, and it's why you should probably speak with your ex again. His energy is presenting as the lady in the garden. That's interesting. So with Nine of Pentacles, it's kind of like waiting to hear, waiting to find out. He doesn't know, you guys don't know what each other's thinking. I feel like is the biggest obstacle right here, is you're just not on the same page. So it's like a tie has been severed, whether it's just that you're not speaking or you're not messaging, or you're messaging on levels which don't get to the deeper truths about reconciliation. Because you have to be honest with yourself. Are you ready to reconcile? Like your differences, that means a world of difference between actually getting back together and versus reconciling, you know, like a full reboot of the relationship. It's almost as if part of you is afraid to do that, but these cards are also saying is that he might not be opposed to that either. But there are terms here. There's all kinds of terms on one side, and like, I think that even in terms of when you look at you and your ex, the lifestyle gap that might have been there, it's good. Opposites attract, and like-minded people they're dynamite together. They're fire together. So, you know, this is one of those readings where I never say never, but something's been severed. Never say never, but something's been severed. And the Princess of Wands, she's here to let you know that sometimes, and she's cliche with that big staff, she really is. It's like, we know it's you. We know it's you. But she's saying no matter what happens in this situation, the expectation won't meet the reality. So I see the potential for a reconciliation without necessarily getting back together, but just to reconcile what happened, reconcile differences. I think very, very much so there's an openness to that. But you know what? Talking leads to more potential. That Princess of Wands is there as well, saying, you know, the future can't happen until some future before that happens. cause and effect chain of events. Sometimes when you talk to somebody the right way and you rub their chin the right way, when you're so right there with that person that nothing's impossible, right? I see people doing nothing every day. But I like this energy that comes from your ex's side right now. It's a level of openness to communication for sure. Okay. All right, Jazzy B. Thank you so much. All right. Doing whatever we want to do. Victorious Rise. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Butterfly effect is just flying around the room. And it's Rouse. Hey, Rouse. It's been a time. Thanks you guys for being here through the years. Knowing this is like, this is a really like deep, undisturbed, like ominous waters of YouTube. So if you find yourself here for the first time or any time, or if you find yourself back here again, welcome. We're getting harder and harder to find. But that's okay. So we'll just give the opportunity to Victorious Rise if she's still here, and then to Rouse. So we'll just give that a minute to simmer. Or we could move into a pick a card if there's enough people here. But if not, we'll just we'll keep on doing what we're doing. You're welcome, Jazzy B. All right. Hi. Hi. And Rouse, what's going on? How have you been? How have you been? Check in with me. You and I are old friends. You've been here a long time. Check in with me and let me know what's going on. That reminds me of the days when there was like lots of people coming to watch. Everyone's like, Myers is here. Well, maybe we do have enough people here for a pick your card or pick your person. We were thinking about maybe doing readings for famous people or evil people. Not that we're judging it. We're just stating like a fact. Hello, Myers. Welcome. I think I used to know you by a different name, Myers. Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Keeping your head above waters. That's good. Okay, second call for Vicious Rise. And then Rouse, you're up. And then Myers, if you have a question for the panel, you are third in line. And it doesn't take long. These are mini 3 cards. We've been kind of with that program since the beginning. Yeah. And everyone, okay, that's right. And now just Myers. Okay. I admire that. I admire that about you. That's a wonderful thing. Okay, third and final boarding call for Vicious Rise. I think maybe somebody skipped town, or maybe their power went out. God forbid. Maybe the doorbell rang. Ding dong. Guess who it is? All right. So what do you want a reading on then, Rouse? Cancer season? You want general energies? You want to know anything in particular? We can discuss what you would like to discuss. And if you want to just discuss nothingness, we can discuss nothingness. God only knows nothingness discusses us. Us. Absolutely suspect. Welcome back, Rebecca. Nice to see you. Are you all done work for the day? just tell you what Spirit wants? Okay, we'll see if it comes, or love or career, and then we'll just go with whatever. If it comes as both, we'll touch on both. But we'll ask about love and career, please, for Rouse. Okay, love and career, please. Show us some love and career. Pointers, signs, stories, visions for Rouse and love and career. Well, and I got an infinity symbol through the vision, through the special lenses. You know those ones, all things great and small. What is it? The night is 1,000. Okay. Oh, what awesome energy to start up with. Okay. I think I see what's going on here. I think I see the message starting to unfold from Spirit. The World, lovely card. Six of Cups, lovely card. Okay? And the Knight of Wands. That's a pleasant surprise for the Knight of Wands. So you may be due for a pleasant surprise. Something out of the ordinary that brings you back to a place of familiarity. Okay. Look for something out of the ordinary that brings you back to a place of familiarity. And there you will have your sign for love or career. It's showing up more love than career. It's showing harmony. It shows a new perspective, a new outlook on life. And whether this Knight of Wands is providing it through a fire sign, that'd be great. Nothing wrong with that. Or whether this is Tarot's way of using the Knight of Wands to remind you you don't have to force anything when it comes to career or love. Allow it to be. Do what you do. Be as happy as you can be. Balance your time. When the sixes come, it's always about, there's a certain element of balance every time with all of the sixes. So yeah, balance that out and don't force anything, because the world being there is almost as if you could be getting to a point in your life where your conscious and subconscious mind, your unconscious and subconscious mind, they'll be preparing for a cycle. They'll be preparing for kind of one of life's mini loops, so to speak. And don't know the time on it, but this happens in our lives where, especially the more years you have on the planet, you notice these circles beginning to widen and become more meaningful when you pass the 12 o'clock or whatever that point on the circle, whatever they call that. When it clicks around, when the loop fully comes around again, you might not be in the exact same position that you were in regards to either love or your career, but it shows that that your subconscious mind is setting you up for a cycle. So you may see those things that are out of the ordinary, that are bringing you back to that place of familiarity. When you recognize those things, the Prince of Wands is saying, remember what you did last time, and remember what you told yourself after the fact that you would do different if the situation were similar. This is applied wisdom to the completion of a cycle, which is very good. It's a very nice place to feel in your life. The career portion is showing up as the clouds in this reading. It's like kind of far off into the background. It's like not really sunny. It's not really stormy. It just kind of is what it is, day in, day out, grinding it, but minding it, What is that? I work good and I work fine, but first take care of head, right? It's so important to keep up on that. And that's why I think that Prince of Wands, in part, is there saying there's no need to force anything at this time. And for love, out of the ordinary, straight to familiarity. That's what these are showing. Okay? That's good stuff. I like these cards for you. All right. Rouse, always good to catch up. Always mustard and relish. Oh, Heinz 39 flavors. 42 flavors. Welcome, Holly. Welcome, Holly. Holly says, how does Paul feel about me? Thanks for the super chat, Holly. Do we have any just before that? No, not since KC's. Okay. We can jump right on that. Get on it. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Myers. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca was first. She tried to check in right at the start of the program. Rebecca, you know better than that. I had to work. I don't want to hear excuses. Yes, welcome, Holly, and thank you for your generosity in the tip jar. That's fantastic. You're welcome, Rouse. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great and that you're in recognition of the cancer season that is soon approaching. It feels good, don't it? Especially, it feels good, up here in a northern climate, when these days and these times finally hit, it's like, thank God. The amount of clothes I had to wear are absurd, right? Yeah, shiny, happy people holding out all the time, Rouse. Thank you so much. As we welcome in Holly WC to 99.9, the Tarot Cafe, where we get together, and it's like a love shack, baby. We get together and we discuss things that, we just discuss things. All right. It was so quiet in here earlier. There was just 3 or 4 of us hanging out for the first hour of the program. It was a lot of fun. And thanks for bearing with me, you guys that haven't seen me in 6 months to a year. I really appreciate you. But right now we're asking, how does Paul feel about WC? Holly WC. Holly and Polly sitting in a tree for Holly WC. Okay. Okay, Holly, here we go. I'm going to cut the deck, and then we're going to set some cards out for you. How's Paul feel about Holly? Let's see. Not let's see, WC. Let's see. We're going to put you over here. Okay. We're going to put Paul over here. And we're going to put the stream and the bridge of thoughts, how they present right there. Okay, so we got your energy here, coming across as the Princess of Cups. I'm surprised his name's not Johnny. It's really a Paul, it's not a John. This is incredible. You are confused, and that's okay. Confusion's nothing new. In fact, confusion's like an old friend when it comes to feelings and emotional connections with people. Don't psych yourself out over this particular thing is what it's saying. It still has a very young energy to it. The vibe that I have, that, the energy between you and Paul is one of youthful spirit. I don't know if it's because of the recency of knowing one another or just because there is this innocence and jovial nature to it that's just pretty awesome. I like that. And that's a large part of your inputs, your influence into it. So that's really good. That's really divine energy. All I have to say is that Paulie would be a fool. I shouldn't call him Paulie. Paul would be a fool. Paul would, to have any type of negativity on this end, I think would be foolish. It's not. Look at that. 10 of Cups right there coming from this guy. He's not married, is he? I gotta ask. I gotta ask. He's not married, is he? But he is husband material. And through the openness, it's innocent and childlike. It's not that it's his goal to get married, but this is the type of guy where it's when we're together, we are married. I'm the best boyfriend ever. He's not married? Well, that's good. That's good. And so now we gotta inevitably look at that third card. What's the bridge that's there? Because I see 2 beautiful, loving sides of this that should really create memories and make happiness. So, and I don't think he's not closed off. to doing that. So what is it? The Nine of Wands. Somebody's got their guard up. Somebody's got their guard up. So very little messaging is getting through at that time, at this time. Like we talked about this being a stream or a bridge or a connection between the two of you. Why is there a big old, like, what do they call that? A jail gate. In the old medieval times, they called it the thing, the jail gate that come down in between. It's like the princess is locked in the castle and the good knight can't get in. Or the good knight's down in the dungeon and the princess is out picking flowers. I think he likes you because he's like noticed you. And it looks like he's waiting for you. Being like waiting for a response. But your energy is still staring down the little fishy in the little cup. Being like, oh my God, OMG. Right? So he could make the first move, but he's not. He's waiting for you. And I think this dude, like, because of the nine of wands, it's like it's a defensive mechanism, you know. The way this starts out, because the energy is so like fresh and jovial and innocent, his feelings is to let the nature continue that on until what happens naturally happens naturally. And I don't think he's going to let on before that. It's going to go from humor to like looking in each other's eyes kind of vibe. You got to laugh out of waiting for you. Well, it has that vibe. Like, look at the way he's facing your energy, right? He's standing there being like, here I am, like, but I'm going to play the game. I want to know about the game of love, right? So how does that, sha-la-la-la-la-la, come on, baby, if the time is right. Playing the game of love. He has a really interesting attitude on love, but I think he's focused on you, but it shows. It looks like he's waiting for you, like. But that could be like more of a masculine way of perceiving that stance, right? So maybe he needs a signal, maybe he needs a sign. But I think the vibe is good. But the defenses are up. It's like when he picks, when it's a real deal. I think this guy's into monogamy. I think this guy's into like hardcore old-fashioned values. It's really good energy. All right? So the way he feels about you is like, are we doing this thing already? Oh, I never said he loves you. I don't know that for a fact. He loves the idea of being in love. Can you be a little specific? Yeah. The energy is one of like, there's this gate, but he's on your side of it. I don't know what that means, to be honest. You hope you get it right this time. Hey, just let it happen naturally. That's what he wants. Just be you. Just be there together in the time, and then let those times grow. Let those times repeat and increase in frequency and increase even in intensity. So make everything happen by doing nothing about this situation. Let the relationship become its own thing in your guys' life, right? Because he's there. It's like he's got a lot to offer on the inside too. I really like the energy of this person. I can see why you're attracted to them. All right. Thanks, Holly. Sorry if I was a little vague there. I was getting some feedback from the peanut gallery that I wasn't being specific. All right. It looks good. Like that was a good 3 cards to have. Yeah. Let the nature do the work. And the more laughter, the more Princess of Cups energy you put into that, like, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to go with the moment. I'm just going to feel free to like be myself with this guy and make it fun. Okay. It could be that he's feeling a lot of stress and burdens too, because the Nine of Wands, like for everybody, for the exact traditional meaning is like the burdens are growing, and the burdens can prevent certain things, certain energies from flowing as well. So maybe not waiting for you, but maybe not being able to feel like he can say much to you at this time. And I don't know why. And I don't know why. We could look at it, but moving onward, moving forward. So thanks again, Holly, for the super chat. I see we have another one on the board. Thank you so much from our friend Myers. What good things are coming my way? I'm a female despite my name. I admire that. I admire you, Myers. Oh, you left for a picnic. It was we were going to do some cards for you, but picnic is so much better. Picnic is so much better. Yo, don't be afraid to click me off for 6 months, a year. I click you off for 6 months, a year. Don't be afraid to click me off for 6 months, a year. And by me, like, I mean the whole internet. Just go out and live your life. Oh, okay. So those cards make perfect sense then. He's waiting for you to get better. Well, that's great. That's good. Yeah, I don't think this person carries bones of animosity with them. This is a really good energy. A 10 of Cups energy to be like forward facing with a 9 of Wands. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, Holly WC, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you here on the program. And for those of you that are looking for another interesting and fun reading, I did a video yesterday. It was a pick a card reading, a really kind of unique way of doing it. So if you're wanting to like be engaged a little bit more, go back to yesterday's video and you can check that out. But right now we're reading from Myers. Welcome, Sobi. Welcome back, Butterfly Effect. This is... Oh, and Yo Soy Infinite. Hi, Steve. Good to see you, Steve. The Peanut Gallery. Oh, man. Just a shot between me and you, hey? It's good. And we're looking for good things. Sorry, I had to go back and check that. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Good things for Myers. What good things, if any, are coming their way for Myers? Alright, here we go. Good things. What good things are coming from Myers? Alright. We'll cut them off. Ring-a-ding-ding, Mr. Burns. My in-real life phone is ringing. Not this etheric phone, the in real life. Well, it's not ringing. It's binging. It's ringing and it's binging. Okay, the Chariot. What good tidings we bring to you and your king. Good tidings of... Oh, and there's that card again. Look at that. Not your sweater, silly. But there's there's the 10 of Cups. Dad jokes forever. What good things are coming your way? Wow, the High Priestess. Being like, there's wisdom and knowledge headed your way. There's revelation headed your way. And this brings good things, good tidings. It almost feels as though you've been doing a lot of letting go and you've been living a little bit more on the free side, free of whatever was holding you back before. Myers, I think, is a large part of it. Something had a firm kind of grip, I feel, on you and your energy for a time. And now it's like getting ready to boost out of it, you know, 70 jailbreak kind of thing. I don't think you're breaking out of prison, like, literally. This is more of a figurative, like, you know, the moose is on the loose. Like, you have creative control, or you're on your way to finding more creative control. Sometimes you're much too kind in situations, I feel, than what the situation is calling for, Myers. It's a terrible thing to be a well-adjusted person in a horrible, horrible world. But we thank you for doing so. You're pretty amazing that way. This Chariot Priestess energy is pretty darn cool. I like to see that. If it was to come to, like, if I was uncertain about any major changes in my life, this would be the combo that I'd probably want to see it come. It's like facing the unknown head on with certainty that nothing can take away from you, your nirvana, your higher places, right? All the good things are already there. The rest is just like juice flowing out of the orange after you bite into it. And that's always nice because it's sticky and you got to clean it up and it gives you something to do. So we all love a little extra. Why not? And the good things that are coming your way, it's like, it's got a dreamy aspect to it, being like those stupid lottery commercials where they're like, what would you do with $1 million? Well, what would you do if you were already happy and you know it and you had the freedom to go towards whatever it is you wanted to do now? It's not much different than winning the lottery, but with the limitations of your path and your life that are on it. And there may be a secret revealed unto you in the very near future about like opportunity or the truth of a situation that's going to lead to some form of happiness for you as well. The Chariot is a quick moving energy, and the 10 of Cups being there again, it's almost like the way it's laid out, and it's probably due to some of my lighting and whatnots around here. I got whatnots around here. It looks like a little bit different than it did before when it was over on the other side. This looks like more of like an unfinished dream, a painting of like an unfinished dream, or a dream not yet realized. You can have it, but wanting it is going to change how it's going to be when you receive it. That's why they tell you to like think about it and then let it go, because wanting it too much actually will change the overall manifestation by the time it arrives to you. It's kind of like flipping the script on it. So if you have unfinished business, take care of it at this time. Also, for your finer self and your higher self, paint those unpainted pictures. Finish those unfinished stories. Live those unfinished dreams, and dream those unfinished, So if we can tie up loose ends, we're going to have some extra time. And in that extra time, and by we, I mean you're going to have extra time to free up time to find out, or for the information that you're going to receive, could be a letter, could be any kind of thing like that. When it's received, you will have time to absorb it and make the right decision about it. Because whatever's coming your way, I see you rushing towards it. But it's unknown to you. Which makes this, like I said, really awesome. Like what the 2-7 combo there. It's interesting. You don't see that very often. So, when it comes to good things, go out and get them as well. Right? That's good. I'm glad that you're feeling good, and I'm glad that you're doing well, and I'm glad that I could be there for some of your journey in whatever fashion that is, Myers. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for being a part of it. That's really good. All right. That was a plethora of readings for our friends here. And Myers, let's take a look here. I want to give you a power oracle because you get a huge congratulations from me. Depression creeps in. Okay? This is the ultimate antidote to depression, is compassion. Depression, compassion. Depression, compassion. Bring compassion in. Push depression out. Okay? Passion, pression. Pression. Pression, passion. Pression. Pression. All right. Kris Kringle, Santa Claus. Sorry. I'm not communicating very well right now. But it sounds like your level of communication with self has kind of kicked it up a notch, and that's where the real pat on the back should be. Because with it And again, with anxiety too, being the other side of the coin there. Just feeling horrible about the past, depression, or feeling horrible about the future, anxiety. We find ourselves in the midst of pure presence, mindfulness, and living in the right now. There are a lot of good ways to get into that and allow it to serve you when it's time. And the fact that you're communicating more with your higher self is definitely helping your situation, helping you achieve more and manifest more and be able to feel like there is more, right? We all get to that space, whether it's in what we have, who we are, what's become of it. We're like, is there any more? Like, I feel sometimes the world feels so small. I feel so trapped in it, like this little butterfly, man, like the world's so small, and this sort of thing. Well, it's like, you're free to go now. You're free to do it, and what it takes above bravery and courage is compassion. It's usually lumped in with those words. Now that you hear them together again, they usually are lumped in together. What makes compassion and communication so brave? It's because you know that your energy is subtle and it's sacred and it's yours. We don't want to have that battered around. So the main war on the front line of that is our communication, our voice, sound, right? But I see this as being compassion. Be compassionate on yourself. When it feels like the world is getting small, tell yourself that it's okay to love. It's okay to love everything. It's not any kind of illness. It's not non-practical. It's not anything like that. When you're in the mood to just send your love out there, to whatever, doesn't anywhere, any moment in time, any memory, any person, any place, anything. Okay, when you put it out there, that's when like the presence and the mindfulness and that standing still feeling, like time has stopped kind of feeling, being like, yes, this now is what I need in order to focus clearly on that which I need to do. And if there are people in your life that you need to tell, like, I need time for me, I need time for myself, I love you, but I really got to work on this stuff right now, I really got to do that, then exercise your voice to do that, okay? And I'm not sure about personality types or Freudisms or like ego and introversion and extroversion. Everyone has these gifts, and you should use them when you can. Okay? So hopefully that resonated somewhat for you, just as a little bonus at the end there, Myers, for congratulations on doing so well and feeling better throughout what you're going through. So nobody likes that. But the suffering, oh man, what do they say about it? It makes you stronger. It makes you wiser. So we got lots of cool people just kind of checking in. What do you guys want to do? Do you want me to start a list? Do you guys want to do a group reading? Do you guys want to do a pick a card? Let's just get some feedback here from Steve and Becca and Sobi. Now that we've worked through the people that have been so kind to tip in the tip jar. Appreciate you. Thanks, Myers. M&M. Present of love is a doorway for a present of love. Oh, the presence of love is wisdom, is the presence of love. I think that's what Steve's trying to say through emojis. And that definitely resonates. Thanks for... Hi, Sobi. Good to see you. Hi, Just Me. Welcome to the program in all your splendor. All your splendor. So now we're just going to kind of let the audience, whoever's here, just kind of guide the program for a minute. I'm not going anywhere, but I just kind of need to know what we should do. We could go to commercial break. That's always fun. I like going to commercial break while the chat room figures it out. That'll be fun.
Dinosaurus, the only restaurant where the servers are dinosaurs. Our animatronics are so real, you'll think a T-Rex is serving you T-bone, a pterodactyl is serving you teriyaki, that a brontosaurus is serving you chili dogs. Every dish is an archaeological find, like our stegogetti, our Raptor Burger Rex, or the pile of crumbled sticky brownies adventurously named the Dino Droppings. So, take a trip into the wild at Dinosaurus. You can dine in or dine-o.
The Brontosaurus. For millennia, these gentle and graceful giants roamed the earth, grazing off the lush vegetation of the time. Their mere existence transformed the landscape and made a lasting impact on our world. It's that legacy that Dino Oil is proud to continue by using their eons-old dead bone goop to fuel your 5-door wagon, making it the oldest form of recycling there is. Dino Oil. Embrace the power of bones.
Lights, camera, movie. There's nothing like watching a movie to take you to another place or time. And there's no better place to watch than Drome Cinema. And no better time than the time it takes you to get from where you are to where we are. You'll break box office records of fun as you take a trip to Tinseltown Movieville, USA. Action, cut, quiet on the set. Our theaters feature noise-absorbing fabric, guaranteeing the only thing you hear is the movie. That high-pitched shuttle drone is normal. It's the sound your ears hear when there's nothing for your ears to hear here. So come on down and enjoy the movies where everyone's a star.
All right. Don't forget to tip your cabbie either. You got to have that. Because what goes up must come down. Spinning wheels have to go around. And due to that fact, we should, what goes around comes around. We should let it go around. So that when it comes around, it doesn't feel like too much is happening to us. And we can all just be super melorific. Expialidocious. All right. So did anybody help me with the show here since we went to commercial? We want to know what to do. Do you guys want to do pick a card? Who votes for pick a card? Type 1. If you want a group reading, point 2. If you want me to start a list, point 3. Put the number 3 so that I know what to do. Sorry, maybe I had to just shout it out too, what you want to do. That's fine. Bin said, yesterday's history, tomorrow's a mystery. The gift of now is all there ever is. That's why it's called the present. Yes, indeed. The wisdom and the double entendre. It is like a gift. It is a gift. It is the presence. Yeah. And wherever it goes, that's where it is. Wherever you go, that's where you are. Yeah. And thanks for sending me the link, Steve. That was really cool to watch Jeff. I think his name Jeff. The big mind, the open mind theory. I like getting into some remote viewing stuff, but I can never make sense of it. So we got 1 vote for pick a card. Thank you, Sobi. What are you going to eat for dinner tonight? Here, Steve, I got one for you. You get a random pages for being here. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. There's so much more fun in waiting for your dinner is actually more pleasurable to you at this point than eating your dinner. Okay? So enjoy it. Enjoy figuring that one out. You can always give something even if it's only kindness. But you already knew that. That was from Anne Frank, though. Frankly, that one was from Anne Frank. You know. Give a little bit of my life for you. Yeah, it's a good vibe. So just one for pick your card. All right. As it has been a while, just me. It's been a little while. Somebody says sure. All right, let's do a pick a card. Another one for pick a card. If you can get it, I would say good sushi. But if you can't get it, and you're really hungry, pizza's a go-to. I have to be really hungry for pizza. It's good stuff. Well, Taco Fridays just rolls off the tongue. Yeah. We're helping Steve figure out his problems, and we're doing a pick your card reading. So just hang on there for those of you that are listening. And Rebecca and Christina, I didn't forget about you. I hope you're still here. If so, let me know. You're probably off chatting, probably off having a chat. The Ace of Swords fell out. So let's get to it. Whatever that means. Truth? You want the truth? What's the price of pierogies these days, eh? What's the price of pierogies these days? Thanks again, Steve. It's Chloe loves sushi. Sushi. So does she. And so does she. And goat cheese. Actually, there was a lady that I'm fond of in that way, that, and I've only met her once, but we had a connection over goat cheese. I said something about goat cheese and she misunderstood me and thought that I didn't like goat cheese, but then when I explained to her that I actually really do love goat cheese, there was a connection. There was a connection that was made there. It was pretty good. Okay, so feel free to pick your card. Pick card 1, 2, or 3. Everybody can play, whether you're watching now, later, wherever you're watching from. If your dog or your cat is watching, they can play too. Pick a number for them. All right. So card number 1, 2, and 3. So smoothly, hey? Like, I haven't been doing this very long. I look like such an amateur, like, saying the cards out. All right. We said 1, right? So, if you pick number 1, you have drawn the 7 of Cups, which is nice. For the next, because I like these picker cards because they seem so short-term, especially when we do them in a collective. The 7 of Cups, the next day or two could feel very dreamy for you, dreamlike occurrences. And again, for some of you, it could just be like spring in full effect or the dawn of summer approaching. It will lead to some very nice times for reflection, appreciation, enjoying being out there and getting things done and prioritizing what it is that you want to do with your time. Like, what do you want out of life, and what do you want the present moment to be filled with? Which is kind of nice for the 7 of Cups. Some of you might feel that pick this card may feel overwhelmed right now, that there's an urgency to a situation, but you have to make sure that that urgency is grounded. Is it real, or are you just making it urgent? So there's that. Also, if you pick this card, this 7 of Cups, it kind of shows that if you're done with monotony, you're looking for subtle changes in the everyday life, from the color of your pencil or the color of your toothbrush to that thing hanging over the restroom door, the art or whatever. You might want to change that. You might feel like, okay, let's change the chi here. Let's refresh the energy a bit. Things are seeming a little bit too cluttered. So don't get overwhelmed by it. Just stay busy at this time. It's like, if you're having trouble staying busy, make something for yourself to do rather than, sipping back into levels of apathy and comfort that don't serve your time fully. We all love rest, but, to that point of it, it's like, take it when you can get it, and don't let your mind be in a place of worry while your body and your heart and your soul want the rest. If the mind isn't along for the ride, it's not really rest at all. Okay? So, that was the messages for you guys. We got another 7. Holy, if you pick card number 2. Giddy up, 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 giddy up. Okay, it's the sound of the horses and the chariots. Or the guy at the reins. Or if you're pushing propaganda, the whips. It's the guy that's got the reins on the horsies. And the horsies, they're really wanting to take control now. It's almost as if there's some energy coming along that will kind of carry you away or allow you to get carried away, which is kind of nice. Because as you get carried away, it's like you're within full control as it's happening. It's not like anything against your will or anything scary like that. The Chariot is a benevolent card, but this is about getting carried away. Like, I don't know, maybe you'll score the winning touchdown and they'll hold you, or you do something great and people will hold you. I'm just kidding. But like, not literally carried away, but carried away, like going with the flow and being like, even if it takes you to unusual or unknown place, experience. This is a letting go of fear of speed and boundaries, letting go, and it's about staying on track as well. So you're getting carried away at the same time something's asking you to like focus in on this now, but at the same time the energy's coming to carry you away. And what we do when the Chariot presents us like as standalone Chariot in the reading that this is, for those of you that pick card number 2, in that standalone energy, it's like, can you take that staying on track, that focus, with getting whisked away? And if you could do that, you would make such a bibbidi bobbidi boo, like a dovetail of most incredible things for your life. You could live life in so much, in a place of jovial amplitude, and that could be good. So maybe you're joining an improv group that's kind of got that feeling to it, but maybe it's just like hanging out with friends, and maybe it's prioritizing the things that don't have to be so serious to take priority over the things that typically do get priority. Okay? The horsies. They're battling it out. If you pick card number 3, carry them sticks up that stairs over that bingo hall over there. That's what that guy's doing. He's carrying a bunch of sticks up the stairs. He's like, and it's not, well, if you're watching in the Southern Hemisphere, maybe you are doing things like that, but that's not the time to carry sticks. But maybe there's a resounding kind of energy for like preparation, This is like somebody like getting ready to retire, I feel. Like getting ready to like lay their burden down, lay it all down. And it's funny because the wands, they're on that border of being like things that you actually are doing, but they're ideas, they're structures that you are ready to set down, so that, if you were, say you had like a hobby and you were really into that hobby and you knew everything about that hobby, you knew everything there was to know about doing patchwork, yoga, cross, yarns, crochet. And you knew everything about it. You knew the how bendy the sticks were. You knew how to knit. You knew how to make it all. You could do it all. And then one day you realize, that's all I've been doing with my free time. That's it. I love it. I've loved every minute of it. But you know what? It's all I've really done. It's all I've really come to know. So be careful in some of your comfort zones that they don't stretch too wide and too deep, because this person is kind of ill prepared for change as well, carrying the sticks up the stairs like this. Again, with the 10, it represents the end of the cycle. The sticks are going to go down, whether he loses control of them or whether he actually gets a hold of them and places them all down all nice in a bunch to be able to move on. But either way, it comes to an end, like it all falls down, like a game of Jenga, so to speak. So to have the 10 of Wands, people that pick card 3, I don't know anything at all about what may or may not happen to you in the very near future. For certain, it just shows for you to like maybe try and get a few things under control before certain deadlines. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. It just came at the end. I babbled forever about the imagery and the old man and the 10 of Wands, but the message for the people at card number 3 was at literally just the last 4 seconds of what I said 10 seconds ago. All right, here we go. We can all pick the same one. Hopefully that was fun for you guys. I know it was pretty fun for me, except for the 10 of Wands. What do you make of that as a standalone? That's a tough thing. It means you joined the winning side. That's right. Okay. So that takes care of that. Now, is there anybody that's got yearning, burning, disco infernin questions? Because we still have some time to do that. If anybody that hasn't received a reading still has questions. Because it's just the way we go. It's prime time on a Friday night. 99.9, the Tarot Cafe. Thanks for hanging out. It's a Legends of Tarot Cafe. 78 reasons to tune in. Now what? Derp. Now what? Now we just wait to see if anybody that was listening to the pick a card has like more questions or wants a reading. So I asked you to pick 1, 2, or 3, and then pick 1, 2, or 3. Or on a stretcher. That's right. All right, we'll just give a minute for anybody listening. Possibly post. And if there is only 1 or 2 people listening, then let's just chat. We can do that. Do that. More ridiculous commercials.
Fault Tech cameras. If you want the best, you have got to go big. That's why our cameras are the biggest on the market. Our shutters the loudest. Our lenses the longest. Cameras aren't paperweights. They're tools. Tools used to create. In fact, the most valuable camera is the one that you're afraid to take outside. Fault Tech. Only the best.
We all want to be prepared. We all want to be sure that the people we leave behind don't think we're jerks. That's where Final Insurance comes in. We provide peace of mind for when you rest in peace. For a small monthly sum, you can spend your final years knowing that Final Insurance has everything taken care of. Final Insurance, the last insurance you'll ever need.
It's Super Salmon Days down at Fish Brothers. For a limited time, bring in any fish and get a chilled salmon entree free. You heard right. Bring in any fish and get a free chilled salmon entree. And I mean any fish. Got a swordfish lying around? Bring it in. Got a goldfish you're sick of feeding? Bring it in. Got a fish that's been sitting in the sun for a few days? Bring it in. We'll throw it in with the rest of them. What we do with the fish is nobody's business but ours. Just enjoy your salmon $8.99 with our famous stew. So, welcome on into Fish Brothers Seafood Themed Restaurant, where everything's a great catch. Except the shrimp.
Except for the shrimp. Yes, just me. We can go ahead and do that. Because, yeah, we're a flatline. But somebody picked up their phone again, so that was good. Thanks, just me. Appreciate it. You keep moments like this rolling. Steve and I are like standing on the corner looking at each other being like, well, what do we do now? Where do we go from here? Hey, boo boo. When am I coming to Chicago? I don't know. It'd be an adventure. I picture it like being in Chicago, kind of like being in Ukraine. Like, the war is probably just as intense. Maybe it's not that bad, but shushi. That's what I get from the media bubble anyways. I'll give you a reading, just me. Aw, no. No awes here. This is fun space in the Matrix. All right. And the bean. Go hang out at the bean. All right, just me. Is there a question that you had, just me, or do you just want a general reading? Christina gets a laugh in on the side. That's good stuff. Okay, that's good. It probably just depends on where you go. I didn't get the jab, so according to my government's laws up here, I'm still not even allowed to go because they're driving us back to the Stone Age. General works. Okay, let's give just me the general works. Just me, just me, just me, just me. Doesn't quite work. There's no substitute for Jolene. 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 No jabby jabbers. That's because we're all natural. Oh, natural. Oh, natural. They're more scared of you than you are of them. Yeah. I feel like I'm only 5'9", but I feel like I could handle that as well. Because you got them badass angels just hanging over your shoulder, being like, this is not an energy you want to mess with. Hi, Moon in Cancer. As if the angels have to get rough and tumble, then it's on. Okay. General energies, please. Just me. Alright. Let's come up for just me. General energies, general readings. For just me, just me, just me, just me. Queen of Cups, very nice. Whatever it is, keep them close to your heart, whoever it is. This person needs you. This person is thinking about you. This person doesn't want you to forget. I don't know why that's coming out, but that's what's coming out. There's a letting go type energy. Someone in a fight. Someone that is, I don't want to say ill-prepared, because they are prepared. But it's almost like this. Someone is in a struggle, like an adverse situation, a real challenge, as it were. And it's almost as if the people around this person can see it better than they can. The challenge. But trying to help this person is like pulling teeth. You gotta tie the string to the horse and slap it in the buttocks. In the hindquarters, if it will. If this person is too old to be spanked in the hindquarters themselves. Because it's almost like this adversity that they're embroiled within, is possibly one of their own doing. Okay? This time the Knight of Swords is here. And this energy can indicate that there's some even struggle with authority or value system. Maybe somebody's feeling some guilt. Somebody feels like somebody done somebody wrong kind of song. But how this pertains to your general energies, it just came out with all of that. So maybe there was something that was unknown to you that these cards wanted to show you. But when I look at it as a general energy, it's fast-moving energy in order to be able to realize something that was close to you all along. Okay? I don't know exactly what that means, just me. Sometimes these readings are beyond my understanding, beyond my head. But it's the story that they tell. The energies that they bring, it's good because there's cups here, right? But it's almost like there's not enough love to go around in a situation, or like it's impossible to be at two places at once, to help two people at the same time. Or to, again, for somebody in a certain sense, let their actions follow their words. It's making some sense. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's even making a little bit of sense, because the Queen of Cups there, sometimes she's dealing in muddy waters too, right? She's she's blinded by a preconceived notion, a preconception. And sometimes in a situation, that never fully develops. So if there was like somebody that is feeling like guilty at this time, they know the harsh reality. And I don't know why this is in your energy. This has got to be somebody you know at this point. Because I see you in control. I see you in command of the situation. But at the same time, there's a quick moving energy there that if somebody doesn't like reconcile, or if somebody doesn't come clean, like in the very near future, it's like, woe is me kind of thing, you know? This is what you want to say to the Knight of Swords. You want to be like, whoa, slow down, buddy. And then in the Four Cups, the guy's like, woe is me, literally. And the Queen of Cups is like, whoa, I'm going to drop this thing. Like, there's a nervousness about it as well. So, all that said, it's like, almost like time to say, whoa, time to put the brakes on. And time that if a situation has got you kind of down in the dumps about this situation, you have to remember that you're more than that. Because like in the this cup is over his head and he doesn't think there's anything he can do about it. Just wishes it coulda, shoulda, woulda been, right? Leading up into a 5 of Cups and an 8 of Cups and how they progress. 4 Cups is actually kind of, it's not a fun energy to be in. And with the Queen of Cups here, the cup is right open out in front of the heart. So whatever it is, you've got the answer all along. Okay? And if this is somebody here that you're dealing with, this person might be being a little bit selfish, and it's affecting your energy because you don't want to dislike them for what happened or for whatever the situation has become, how the things have developed. But it's time to say whoa and have a conversation about the cup, you know? Because it's like somebody's just on a warpath here. Well, I don't know if it's just like subtle narcissism that just, you know, unchecked goes until it's checked, right? Usually they call it a reality check. You give somebody a reality check. That was more just like a narcissism check, you know. It's like, hey, pal, you know, there's more people here. You know, there's more going on. All right. So your general energy is caught up in this. And that's okay. It's the part that needed to be addressed, right? It's amazing how well the cards work for if they need to remain open or if they need to narrow down, then they do. Okay? Thanks so much, Just Me. It's good to see you. And if we have some new people, I see our friend Moon in Cancer is here. It's been a long time. The stars shine bright, deep at night, deep in the heart of Texas. Thank you for some of you have been hanging out here with us for years now, and that's just so cool. It's just so rad. I see the readers come and go, and the YouTube vibe change in regards to the stuff we do, but it's so cool that we have so many awakened, enlightened people hanging out with us. All right, so now is the moment in time. I think we're probably at least the halfway point of the show where if there's people in the room that would like a reading that haven't gotten a reading yet, please just say yes, me, or I'm here. Okay, if you want a reading, that's how I'm going to do it, and then we'll get a few more under our belt for the people that have joined us, and for those of you that have been here for years, thanks for being here a little bit longer. Because Rebecca and Christina got a reading last night, but Rebecca didn't, I don't think. So that's good. Oh, and if you're looking for more fun little readings, like Just Me, if you just received that just now, check out yesterday's video. There's a fun another pick your card over there that I did yesterday. Okay. Yes, me. So we got Moon in Cancer. We got Sobi and Chaley. Am I saying that right? Chaley and Sobi. Let me know if I'm saying your names wrong. Hopefully I'm saying them wrong. Chaley. Okay, well, you got some time, Rebecca. You're number 4 on the list. So that's cool. Not a bad place to be. And then we'll add to it if we need to. But let's keep this party rolling with Moon in Cancer, followed by Sobi, Chaley, Chili. We're chilling out. Chaley, and Rebecca. All right. Sweet. Sweet as the morning. Sweet as candy. All right. So go ahead, Moon and Cancer. You can post your question, or if you just want general energies, we can do that. Shaylee. All right. What if that's a beautiful name? The wonderful thing about Tiggers are wonderful things, and the wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tiggers are wonderful things. Driving, nice. Got us on the speaker. Hopefully I can get into my deep Elvis flow for you. Turn up the bass on this one, Chloe. We going supernova. In my Chevy Nova. Okay, we can do it. You can help. All right. Just waiting for Moon and Cancer to post their question. Shaylee. Yeah, I'll put Chloe down on the list for sure. Steve, we can do that. Chloe. What should I do in regards to contacting someone? Okay, let's do it. You want to know whether or not to reach out. Thanks. I love this kind of question. I kept hearing, what have you got to lose? I can't remember. It was like from one of those 70s songs where they're like, what have you got to lose? Okay. Yes or no? And that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate that. Should Moon in Cancer reach out to the person she's considering reaching out to? Should she do it? Should she do it? Should she reach out? Should she make that phone call? Should she write that email? Should she send that text message? Whatever it is, let's have a look. Meow, meow. Look out. Look out. Here it comes. Hey, Capricorn. Baby goats, and the Fool. Oh, my goodness. And the Eight of Swords. Dang, girl, this is looking like a no for me, Busy Bee. Struggling with knowing if you should. And that's funny because it's like the thought keeps coming up again and again and again. It's like, should I do it, but you don't do it. So then the thought of should I do it keeps coming again. And sometimes the only way to shut off the should I do it is to actually do it. And then that's the only thing that can shut off. Because the not doing it will never shut off the should I do it. But the doing it will cut off. So if you're caught in that, at that level, if you've been struggling with that, Capricorn, he's a Cappy. And he's a fool. And he's a fool. And why are you feeling stuck in this cycle about them? I don't know. She moves in mysterious ways, and it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. If my days light up my nights. Well, so take the wisdom from the Fool in this situation. I honestly got a you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't. I would say do it, but treat it, if you need to break that cycle, then do it, but treat it as a standalone with no expectations. You're just going to call and say hi and see what happens. It's almost like pranking the guy. Bonaca pizza, you like pepperoni? He'd be like, who the hell is this? And you'd be like, it's pizza. Do you like pepper? You like pineapple? Right? Don't prank him like, but just being like, it's me, MIC. You remember me. How are you? And whatever you get is whatever you get. But at least it takes that 8 of Swords and smashes it. It's like powerless after you do that. It's a long journey and story. And it, like, for me sitting here, it's like so easy to say for you to do that, where it's like there is a lot of meaning and investment in that. So you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't, kind of thing. But you could. I just think that in this situation, like, someone has been incredibly foolish. And it was just like, it was energy that was destined to go off the cliff. Right? So what are we trying to salvage here? At the end of the day, your expectation of what we're trying to salvage, when eventually we do dig it up out of the dirt, it might not resemble that which you were picturing it to be. Either, right? With 8 of Swords, the Fool, right? And even though he's a Capricorn, we still have to acknowledge that old dirty 15 for what it is. And it's all things we don't like. All right. It's the yin to the yang, right? The other side of the coin. Do you really want to look under that rock? Right. Maybe if he's a Scorpio, you could look under that rock. All right. But he's not. You said he's a Capricorn. I wouldn't look under that rock. Capricorn would be standing on top of the rock. Okay. You like baby goats? Baby goats. We love baby goats. Okay. Thanks, Moon and Cancer. So good to see you after so long. After so long. All right. Next up is Sobi. All right, Sobi, I know you've been waiting quite a time for us to get through a lot of wind. You're the Scorpio. You like being under the rock. You like looking under rocks. That's even worse. Oh, my goodness. No, my goodness. Okay, Sobi, you're up next. Great to see you too. That's awesome. I think I do still see you sometimes because I kept my old Instagram page. I haven't added to it, but I use it actually to keep in touch with someone that is very dear to me, but I hate it for everything else. Not that I don't like you guys. It's been cool, and but I am not the social media type. This is literally the only thing. I canceled Facebook. I canceled Twitter. Well, I never had Twitter, so I didn't really cancel it, but I still have never joined Twitter. I haven't been a fan of Instagram. This is pretty much it for me. Bum, 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 bum. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. All right. You're the Scorpio. Okay, second call for Sobi. If not Sobi, then we're going to move on to Shaylee, and Rebecca and Chloe. Shaylee. There's Sobi. There we go, Sobi. All right. I wonder if my chat's a little bit behind. I'll be more patient with you. And then hopefully try not to put the lag into the program. Excuse me. Oh, woof, you got the coof. All right. It's like, for 2 years there, it was like, you could shit your pants in Walmart and nobody would care, but if you coughed, you were thrown in jail. Okay. That was a weird, wacky time in our history, wasn't that? That was silly. Sobi Abraham, welcome. Reading regarding relationship with boyfriend. Okay. Reading, writing, arithmetic. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees. Moon up above. Okay. Can we have information, please, regarding a relationship between Sobi and their boyfriend? Show me that, please. Show me the information. Feelings, impressions, visions, otherwise, regarding that relationship. You get a sense of a bit of separation. We've got the old man with his wands here again. We've got the Queen of Swords here again. Well, actually, that's the first time she's been out today. And we got the Six of Wands. So, the relationship with your boyfriend, it seems like somebody might be being a little bit headstrong these days. Not sure whether or not that's you or him. I believe that you feel a little bit stressed out at present time. You feel like maybe a lot's been dumped on you. Maybe a lot's been kind of pushed onto you, pushed your way. Sometimes, even when you love somebody, the relationship structure can take on like one of not equated sharing, right? Like always sort of being in the relationship, but having personal freedom inside that relationship. And it feels to me that that might be where part of the block is. What are the expectations here? What are the understandings? Have we fallen together blindly and just assumed that everything would be all right as long as we were together? You know, love dies young, so the song says. But love can endure forever, right? Love can endure forever. So when you think about it, it might be time to like state some plans. Plan estates and state some plans. It might be like have that conversation where each of you knows what the inner boundaries are with one another. Because together you can tackle any outer boundary. You can work together to get the work done that you need to get done. You know? And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Not just on the relationship or your personal work, but like work, mundane life work in general needs to get done. It's a very busy time, and that I feel has put an extra added stress on things between the two of you. But there is pretty good confidence here that you guys can work this out. This boyfriend of yours has a good stature, and you have a solid head on your shoulders. There's no reason why this can't be worked out. There's no reason why this doesn't need to be settled down. It's just that the communication hasn't been sent out yet. Nobody's received word, right? The queen is there on her throne. Whether that energy is yours or his or both, it doesn't matter. But the word comes from the monarch, right? And then it goes down to this guy in the kingdom that's doing his job and this guy in the kingdom. They don't know what to do until the word comes down. But she's got to finish out finding out exactly what she wants before she gives the decree, because once the decree is given, then everything is set in motion. So knowing that is kind of like, make sure you formulate what you really want to say to them. Make sure it's impactful and doesn't have to be contractual, but make sure that it's heard and understood. Not Amber Heard. You heard? We were supposed to do a reading for Amber Heard, but we haven't yet. Okay, so this relationship with your boyfriend, it's gotta be talked about. There's things that need to be brought out into the open, and it's not even like exposing anything because everything's already exposed. It's known to both parties, but it's not talked about. It's kind of like finding an elephant under the rug, or sweeping the rug out from the elephant's feet, or like the elephant that was in the room, but the rug was missing. They stole your rug, dude. Okay. That's Steve Buscemi for a minute. All right. Hopefully that resonated for you, Sobi. All right. Moving on to Shaylee. Sobi, thanks so much for being here. Right? We got to show this one. Hold on. There we go. We got it. That one came up to be blocked, but I let it go through. Because this is like somebody's trolling our stream or botting our stream. Can you do a productive reading of full bullshitting with low IQ people with cartoon cards? Of course I can. Haven't you been watching? Why are you so opposed to it, Desert Destroyer? If you're not a bot, I'm just probably talking to a bot. But if you're not a bot, we'd love to have you. We'd love to show you the things that we know. But if you're not ready for them, you won't receive them. Shaylee, General Love, please. Okay. General Love of the 32nd Battalion. Is it free reading? Lisa Cat? What's new, Lisa Cat? Whoa, 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 whoa. You jumped in at a good time, Lisa Cat. We'll get you on the list. Yeah, it's free. And then we've got Rebecca, Chloe, and Lisa. And then it would be your turn. All right. Remember to like and subscribe. Yeah. If the readings resonate for you, always drop us a like, pump us up. You won't get a lot of, well, you might over the next little while. I kind of like push a lot out and then I disappear back under the rock again. It's kind of been just because of the way my life has been for the last couple of years. I used to do this like crazy nonstop, and I had a good job, and man, was I worn out. But long came COVID. All right. General Love news and information, please, for Shaylee. Shaylee. Love news for Shaylee, please. Here we go, Shaylee. We'll do a quick cut. I'm like hearing Bollywood, and I can't do it justice. Mecca like a high, Mecca like a high, Mecca like. Or like maybe it's just mantras or not tantric. Mantras or chanting, tantric chanting, chantrics. They're chatting tantric stuff. It's a chantrics. 10 of Swords energy. Ooh, this is prime. I like to see this one. That's prime energy and love. All right. And I also maybe get a feeling like you were recently at a wedding, or maybe you'll be going to a wedding this spring, potentially. You put the lime in the coconut to shake the boat up. And what it means to put the lime in the coconut is to receive the best of both worlds. So it's kind of like, yeah, I think you're fiercely independent. You're like a strong, spirited, warrior soul type, amazing person, Shaylee, and I like that about you. And it's good because when you direct your energies in a positive way, you normally find that you find a way to bring it about. The Ace of Pentacles here represents the beginning of something new. Being up there with the World card, it shows to me that an older cycle could have recently ended, and you're finding your footing into a new chapter in life. 10 of Swords is there representing an end of the cycle, and the 21, the World card, is there representing the end of a cycle or a process. And the Ace of Wands is there, or Ace of Pentacles is there to remind you that life is cyclical. Don't worry if it feels like it's completed, and sometimes it feels like starting over. Sometimes you get that sense of deja vu. Sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, well, what next? And you don't remember, the last trip around the merry-go-round or what the last chapter was like, depending how short of a chapter it was or how quickly the denouement, how quickly the ending came about, how it climaxed and how it ended. And that's fine. All things in life ebb and flow like waves. They build up, they climax, and they subside. And that's just kind of like a regular motion of life. Now imagine that in an outward circle, like you drop a pebble in a pond, right? Where am I on this crazy map? Well, you're always at a single point. You always know where you're at now. So when it comes to love, this is new beginnings for you. Maybe you don't even have somebody in your sights just yet. Or maybe, there's a thing where it's like, I don't quite know if I'm ready for somebody yet. But that day soon approaches, I believe, for you. And if I'm completely off base and you are in a relationship, but I'm kind of having a tough time seeing it with these cards, it shows that this chapter that you're opening up, you want it to be inspiring. You want it to be something new. You're actually kind of desiring for a big change in life, and you're at the precipice of actually like going out and making it happen, or having it happen to you by thinking about it so much. Because either way, it's going to happen, right? See, that Ace of Pentacles is the new beginning in between your different perceptions of the ending of an old cycle. Very serious, but very relieving at the same time, I feel, Shaylee. Okay? Yeah, you are single. I figured that. That's good. Nothing wrong with being single. I think there's parts about being single that are like, wow, I love this. I love myself. I love what I can do with time. I love all that. But the longing gets there. Sometimes we have to introduce new characters as new chapters come along. We say goodbye to old characters and we say hello to new characters. As long as we're not feeling downtrodden or let go of any resent or regret at this time, because if you do that, it clears the energy ahead of you. And as you move into it, you'll realize that the beginning of a cycle is a very important time to sort of plant the seeds of what you want, make the most of the transition itself, whatever that transition might be for you. And if it doesn't even really feel like a transition, you feel like, oh, well, now I'm just on to that. Make sure you don't rush towards it either. Make sure you allow some occurringness to do its thing before you meet it halfway. Otherwise, we find in our situation where we do overthink things, and sometimes we do get a little bit of anxiety about whether we did things right or wrong, or whether it'll work out or whether it won't work out. Could be in a relationship or anything in life. But when the mind stresses on it, it actually physically alters what it's doing. You almost have to think about it and be like, no, that's not possible. And you drop it. Because it's kind of like you keep a mental guard up while you're waiting for things to manifest, so that you don't kind of sway away from it, so to speak, if it's something that you really truly want. And basic Ace of Pentacles is like, there's potential for new job, new career right here for you, like in the next couple days. It may present itself even if you weren't looking for it. And if you are looking for it, that's great, because it may present itself in a very good way. All right? So new chapters, new you. Reinvent yourself every time. That's what I do when my chapters in my life end. I like to try and do my best to reinvent myself, even though knowing I'm probably going to go through the same old lessons of refinement that I've been going through for the last 2 or 3 decades, because some of that stuff never stops. It just continually tries to show you and bring out the best and reflect back to you the best of what you have put out there consciously. Comes back to you in terms of blessings, right? You are looking for a new job. I think you're going to get one here very soon. Okay, Ace of Pentacles was there. So that's good. Word to the wise, slice them pies. Okay. Hello, Empress. May I get in line? Absolutely. And Jasmine, do I have a stalker on my social media? Do I have a stalker? Okay, Jasmine and Empress. Good to have you, ladies. If you don't mind me using my preferred pronouns. Not that I prefer to be called a lady. I just prefer to use my pronouns the way I want to use them. If I do offend you, I'm sorry. I'm still getting with the learning curve. All right. Like when Citron said he's back, I was like, you know what? I really enjoy my preferred pronoun. There's nothing like a he. Nothing quite like a he. Nothing quite like a she. There's nothing quite like a him, whether you have it at church or at the bowling alley. There's nothing quite like a her. Okay. You're fabulous too. So let me recap the list, because I'm just like getting distracted now. We've got Rebecca, Chloe, Lisa Cat, Jasmine, and Empress. So if you can hold out till then, if you want to do something while you're waiting, you could go back to yesterday's video where we did a fun pick your card type reading. It takes like however long you want to invest in it. First set, second set. It's a fun little choose your own adventure reading. and then come back for more information with a specific question. All right. What's in store for me and my boyfriend? I love that you've asked me this exact question before in the exact same way. I guarantee it. Because I remember going off the hook being like, what's in the store? What kind of store is it? Do they sell mattresses? Do they sell wacky inflatable waving arm men? Do they sell bonnets, berets? Is it a shoe store? Shoes. Shoes! Yeah, we'll go with the shoes. I was waiting to have my tires put on yesterday, Rebecca. And I was like, well, I don't want to sit. I got an hour and a half. It was almost 2 hours. It was crazy. So I went and found a bench to sit on, but the bench was like, looked 90 degrees right at the entrance of a shoe store. And I sat there for an hour and a half. I didn't keep count, but I saw a lot of women, like all in a row, like just going. Like I was playing a game of tennis. It was crazy. All right, so not shoes. What's in store for Rebecca and her boyfriend? Okay, Taro, thank you. All right. Seven of Wands. Two of Wands. Oh, really? And the Fool. There's a deep affection there. Like, did you guys isolate together, Rebecca, for a time, or have you just been like very close lately? It shows like a real blending of energies. This little spread here. Fool, Two of Wands, Seven of Wands. This is a real blending of energies. Like two people meshing into one, either in like their living arrangement or their agreements or what they're trying to accomplish. So, and your boyfriend has moments. They're like, I don't know, they're not like sticky moments. They're not icky moments. They're not, well, they can be picky moments. And tricky moments too, and these are based on like kind of a pendulum of a mood kind of thing, where it's like you never know what's in store because it's kind of dependent on what's going on in the energy around. So the more you can pick up on clues from the energy of what's around and what's happening, I think the better you'll be able to uncover some of the things that he might be thinking and feeling. Yeah, okay, so you do live close, and and there's a blending of energies. The Seven of Wands, Two of Wands, it lets me know like this person might be taking some time for themselves or being even possibly a little bit selfish and standoffish. Two of Wands, Seven of Wands, they're both like, this is mine and you can't have it kind of thing. And it's like nothing's forcing them to share, it would be awfully nice if they had more. I don't know. I think your boyfriend, he's emotionally structured very well, but I don't think he's had much practice in expressing or exercising communications of the heart. It's more like the Fool's Journey. Like, does he really, like when he wades in, and then he is like, oh, this is too deep, and then he jumps back out of the pool. Then he spends all this time drying off, being like, it's too hot out here, and then he wades in. And you're the water in this metaphor, right? You're like, because I see this blending of energies. It's like, you see how the gold and the blue in all three of these cards are like, they're vying position, they're tumbling and they're turning and they're getting together, but they're remaining distinct and separate. And then it's like, how much do we have to mix this before the color begins to blend? And we really feel like a lot of this togetherness. I'm not sure if it's standoffish, but this guy's got a stick in his hand. So if you had a really hot lady friend, why would you have your stick in your hand the whole time? It doesn't make any sense, right? So maybe he's going with some kind of issues of that nature too. where it's just like, maybe he's been feeling like he's his own best lover right now. And it's kind of interesting because I feel like that side of things, sorry if I got really personal there, if that side of things kind of is what a good commonality was, you shared that common chemistry, right? But it's like, did he lose kind of the magic, right? Did he kind of like, and was it one of those things where it was beyond his control? Like it could be like, not a health issue, but it's like a state of mind issue. Because some men are like that, and I have to say, it's like I know one very well that's like that. Where it's, you're into it, but you're scared to be in it all the time, right? It takes huge, like male Taurus, no problem. Male Scorpio, bit of an issue on the other side. And then you have the aspecting quadrants, right? Being like, yeah, it's okay, but it's tumultuous, right? Like, so the energies are still melding. They just haven't really like squished together yet. If you give this person a little bit of time, maybe he'll come down from his perch and stop being as foolish or defensive, because that's what I'm really seeing here. You talked about that the other day? Well, that's good that you're talking about it. So that's good that the energies are still meshing together. He's a Pisces. Interesting. That's always fun. That's always fun. So keep the fun alive. Avoid the seriousness. The Fool loves that, right? And the Seven of Wands gets his back up real easy. And the Two of Wands being there, being like, I don't know if I want to play this game. You know? So keep the fun in it. Keep the joy around, rather than maybe the deeper ends of the swimming pool. You know? Just be like, you know what? You don't have to come to the deep end. You can stay in the shallow end. You're fine. I'll play with you there. You want to learn to swim and come to the deep end? I'll be ready for you when you do. But until then, it's a hot day. Get in the pool. Let's play. And then you won't have to worry about trying to tiptoe out deeper, because he feels like you feel like, oh, you know, maybe he feels like you feel that it needs to be serious. When really you've never said that. You really never intended that. But because he's a man and he sees you as a woman, he probably has the preconceived notion that you want it to be something serious that he's not ready for, but you've never even ever said that or ever expected that. It leads to a lot of craziness. But relationships are fun, right? Okay, Rebecca, thanks. I love this spread, though. It's good energy. Colors all smashed together. All right. All right, I will update the list right now, Lisa Cat. Sorry if you had to wait. It's just the nature of what we do here. Where is everybody? Oh, here you are. Hi, everyone. So we've got Chloe up next, Lisa, Jasmine, and then Empress. Okay. Yeah. But a Taurus will jump on commitment way quicker than a Scorpio. Especially for masculine. For the masculine being in the feminine energy. It's not that Scorpio can't. It's that Scorpio probably won't unless it's like lottery winning odds. Then they're all in. And usually that rocks the boat. But Taurus are so sound in their convictions. It's like envious at times. Scorpios can be too. But usually not as engaged on the romantic end as the Taurus are. Okay. No, it's Chloe's turn. And then it's your turn. Does Chloe have a question? You're next, Lisa. There's Chloe and then you. All right. So we'll just give Chloe a minute to use her interpreter as her chat line is open. While we're waiting for that, we'll give you one more from the vault.
At the Forest Foundation, we care about 3 things. Tree things, nature things, and the third thing, bird things. The homes of native birds are being destroyed at an alarming rate. That's why our goal is to give a birdhouse to every bird on Earth. Humans stopped living in trees ages ago. It's time we invited birds indoors with the rest of us. Do your part and text Dirty Birdie to 3030 to donate a bird bath to 30 birdies. You can either be part of the problem or you can be with us, the Forest Foundation.
All right, that was word from the Forest Foundation. They're good people over there. All right, just giving Chloe a minute. I think my chat's a bit behind the software that's running on the live stream, so bear with us, folks. We're a little bit probably later into the stream. And if the chat is really slow, like, you can pop your question in, but I may need you to pop it again, but second call for Chloe. Chloe, are you here? You guys still in the car? 99.9 got you turning up the bass and turning up the lights, turning down the lights, turning up the bass and turning down the lights. All right. Third and final boarding call for Chloe. It's all right. We can always fit Chloe in. We've always got room for her. So, Lisa, why don't you go ahead and post your question, and we'll circle back. We'll circle back to Chloe. I'm gonna circle back. Oh, man. So, Rebecca, I just got back to those other posts. About the assumptions. That's a tough part about men, isn't it? Just picked up a little ticket. Okay, Steve, can you bear with me so I can read for Lisa's question and then I'll get to Chloe's. Might have just been a thing in the thing. Yeah. So, what you don't know about men only makes you a better woman. Just kidding. And what we don't know about women makes us idiots. And that's why you love us. And that's why we love y'all, y'all. Okay. Love is love. Love. Oh, yeah, you were looking about a person spying on your social media. All right, who's spying on Lisa Cat's social media? And are they here right now? Are they here right now? If they're spying on your social media, they're probably, maybe they're in the chat room. Just kidding. Don't mean to make you scared. We got the Ace of Swords. Interesting. We got the Nine of Pentacles. And we've got the Secrecy. I might need some clarifiers here, because this is a tricky TP. This is a tricky third party. It's not that I don't like this energy. is that I can't see this energy of this person. It's just presenting as like an empty window, an empty backyard. The setting's there, it's just the person's not. The lady in the garden, the truth. You will find out the truth about this person. We'll see if that's through direct contact or just being exposed somehow in some way. But you are finding the truth. There it is. Jeez, there it is again. Ace of Swords. Something strongly going on about the truth in this situation. 9-2, the energy is more of that, like, waiting to see what you're going to do. Waiting to see what you're going to say next. Waiting to see what you're going to post next. Someone that's kind of like, they're biding their time. This Pentacles, right? It's all about time. And the secrecy. What's going on with the secrecy? He's afraid. Your stalker is afraid. 7 of Diamonds, 7 of Pentacles. He's biding his time because he doesn't have the courage. That's why he's doing it. That's the reason why. But I think that this person is going to get exposed. Like, you'll find out who it is. But this person is afraid of you. I don't know if they're intimidated by you, afraid to be rejected by you, or standoffish, maybe even scared of you for some reason. So the spying is more like, I don't know. There is some elements with the Two of Wands there, like a bit of a predisposition to obsession. Yeah, with the Ace of Swords there, it's very possible that he could contact you soon, but because the truth is coming out, but he's very intimidated by you. You work as a model. Well, there you go. Intimidated by beauty. Oh, why didn't I? It's because the 9 of Pentacles, right? The beauty of this, of the surrounding, the beauty of the scene. That's what I didn't see when I said there's a scene there, but there's not a person there. It's like the intimidation of beauty. So there's probably like rejection issues there with this person as well. And as far as like following you in secret on social media, he's thought about reaching out to you, but he's too scared to do it. Hopefully that answers your question. I need a lot of clarifiers. Probably because you're so beautiful. You just possess like an open scene. It was an open scene. So yeah, it's possible that he'll contact you. I never say never, and I always say always. I don't always say never, but I don't never say always. So it is possible, you know, the human will is being what it is, but I think this person is too afraid. That's why it hasn't happened yet, and that's the reason for the secrecy, is due to a fear. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense for you. As to, with the Ace of Swords being there twice, Ace of Swords, Ace of Spades, the truth about this person is going to come out. So I think eventually he will, or he's going to be exposed. Like, you'll find out more about this person's social media, perhaps, and then you'll be able to look at it from there. But I don't really get a sense of a threat there. The lady in the garden is secure, is safe, so that's really good. Good, I'm glad I could help. That's why I do it. All right, Chloe. Here we go. Chloe just picked up a little ticket, so she needs a general reading. We can do it. Like a speeding ticket? Parking ticket? Lottery ticket? A ticket to the Bears? Bears. Doubles. Okay. Okay, let's look at Chloe, please. General for Chloe. And then after that, we have Empress, I believe. After Chloe, we have Empress. No, we have Jasmine, and then we have Empress. So that'll be fun. It'll be good. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Boy, my ass is swollen. Rawhide. I've been sitting here for a long time. Just a long day. Living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard. And we're general. Okay, Chloe, here we go. Uh-oh, floor cards. Let's have a look at that and see what that's all about. The chariot, get out of my dreams and into my car. Your car get a ticket. You didn't get a ticket, your car did. You didn't get the ticket, your car did. You see how it works, officer? It was the car's fault. You see how that works, officer? It was the car's fault. Okay. Here we go, then. Chloe. It's coming down in the courts. It's coming down in the courtroom. There's that Seven of Pentacles already. Oh, man. The truth of the situation is that if this is the worst thing that ever happened to you, you are among the truly blessed. Just on the ticket. General energies, though, it's nice. Look at this. Similar to the last go-around, where we've got the truth and judgment. It's very good. You're on the right path. But why so afraid to grow? Why so afraid to let loose at this time? It's kind of like springtime, right? Trees are in bloom, flowers are in bloom. Go out and bloom with those things. Go out and breathe the fresh air. Do all that good stuff. Find a point where you would like to know more and begin to research again. Because whatever you were researching, that was great. But I think you've come to a plateau with that. It might be time to research something else, is what these cards are saying to me. The quest for divine wisdom, divine knowledge, divine understanding is there with you. You hold these truths to be your own. And that's very important. The Seven of Pentacles saying, why the hesitation? Nobody's going to ever look down on you or look poorly at you. And the reason why is because they're not allowed to. The truth of the judgment is that all naysayers and ne'er-do-wellers and people that wish bad things upon other people no longer have access to do that. Because we don't allow it. So you don't have to fear that. Although sometimes it can present that way. You know, I don't like you. I don't like her. I don't like this. This makes me angry. That person is a piece of shit. You know, these kinds of things, they have no power over us. Just like a little girl in the labyrinth, right? She tells David Bowie, you have no power over me. These things do not have any power over you. Plants, when they can't grow, they're either like limited by sunlight, limited by nourishment, limited by food. They just don't feel like they can expand or grow anymore. But sometimes the reason why the plant stops growing is because there's too many dead branches where it's trying to send like the chloroform and the chloroform and the what the hell? Can't do science while we're doing New Age apparently. Got you on the soundbar. It's because you're trying to support things that are kind of already dead, but they're still a part of the plant, but they're already dead. So why send any energy to those at all? Because if you nip those branches off, then all the new branches will begin to receive a more fullness of the source energy from within inside the plant, and that plant is you. So being able to grow is like making the best of your resources to research more, to do something more, to quest for new knowledge once again, because it seems like a lot of the old knowledge you quested for, whether it was good or bad, whether you liked it or you didn't, it's going to be quickly in the past, as judgment always is. And judgment is like that, right? It's like when you're judged, 1 second later it already happened a long time ago. So fuck it, right? Like, it's judgment. It is what it is. And if it's coming from like unknown corners or unknown places, or if you have a wonder if like if you sprout new wings and grow, how you'll be judged for it, The truth of the matter is that it's not, because you're on your path to the wisdom that you want, and it doesn't have to be for anyone else. You can share it with them. You can balance it out of your life with your loved ones. But if they ne'er do well upon it or say nothing good will come of it, but it still intrigues you and interests you and you want to learn more and grow more about it, do so safely. But, never be afraid to grow in different directions. That's how, like, a bonsai tree becomes unique. It's like how a bush grows, and it's the individual, even though it looks like it's part of the collective, and it's afraid if I stand out, if I'm the tall flower, am I going to get picked by the little girl in the garden? Maybe that's not such a bad thing in the life of a flower. If I stand out as a tall flower, all the flowers going to be cheesed and jealous at me because I'm taller? Maybe. But at that point, it doesn't matter because they're looking up and you're looking down. Right? Don't be afraid. It's all about perspective, Chloe, is what I'm trying to say. And grow in whichever way you wish to grow without fear of judgment. Truth is on your side. Okay? Absolutely. Okay, thanks, Chloe. Appreciate that, Steve. Got some of that good MSG. Or is it like purely authentic Chinese takeout? Ooh, that'd be unreal. I bet Chicago has some amazing food. I'm in Calgary, so that's like in Canada. It's like comparison. Like you guys have New York, LA, and then Chicago's probably third. Well, I guess I forget about Montreal because there's Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver are the big three out here, and like I'm in I think in the fourth largest city in Canada or fifth. We never get a shout out, but yeah, the city is an interesting place to be. I like it, and at the same time, it's like I like it when I'm not here. I like it when I'm here, and I like it when I'm not here. So yeah, Jasmine, it is your turn now. Now it is your turn, Double Jasmine. Go ahead and post your question. And thanks, Chloe. It was good to see you. Enjoy your Duck Duck Goose. And you too, Steve. Enjoy. Are you a chow mein noodle or are you a Shanghai noodle? Every man likes his noodle cooked a little differently. All right. So, Jasmine, yes, it's your turn. You can go ahead and post. And Lisa, thanks for being on the program, too. It's good to see you. Catch you around. And then after Jasmine is Empress. And then I think that might be what you call a wrap. Unless Christina is still just chilling in the background. You never know with Christina. She might have had to go. I always love it when she pops in. All right, we'll just give Jasmine a quick second.
Last year, Horse Economy 3 smashed PC sales records and took the industry by storm. Now the hit Equine Economic Simulator has a new expansion that delves into the cutthroat world of real estate. Horse Economy 3, Stable Markets. Can you work your way from lowly horse to be the head of a major real estate empire? Can you spin your holdings into $1 billion conglomerate? Can you work your way under the fence and out of your pen and onto your life as a property mogul? Spreadsheets have never been hotter. Pre-order now and get a free horse hat. Horse Economy 3, Stable Markets. Buy low, sell hay. Saddle up in the mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion, the only morning show featuring DJ Jimmy Fries and a 4-year-old quarter horse named Clover.
This is Jimmy Fries coming to you from Studio 2. Whoa! Looks like someone's horsing around. That's okay. Easy, boy.
They'll play your favorite hits, give out great prizes, and laugh their way through your commute. Jimmy and the Stallion. Stable entertainment only on Cities Radio.
All right, Jimmy and the Stallion. Christina's listening. Final call for Jasmine. And Empress, if you could check in if you're still here, that would be great. And we could wrap these readings up in no time fiat. All right. And Christina, do you need any clarity from yesterday's readings, or would you like me to read an oracle card for you? Thanks for coming in and being here today. It's always nice to have people around. Empress is here with her hand up. Okay, Empress, sneak your question in there. I gave Jasmine a lots of time. Oh, and Chloe here, just for you, because we've been into some pages of wisdom, Chloe. I know I said goodbye, but I can do these. Here it goes. Joy is increased by spreading it to others. If your fortune cookie says the exact same thing when you're done your meal, then you should buy a lottery ticket. The positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. Isn't that something? Hi, Empress. I saw you the other day, but the stream glitched. And then I never got to see you again. So that's good. Yeah. The Tarot Destroyer has been in here, though. They've been watching the whole stream. Either that or it's a bot. But I don't know why someone would create a bot just to go after tarot channels. But, Destroyer, if you're listening, we're creating. So, it's just like our opinion, man. Alright. Oh, no, I don't want to put the user in timeout. We could, let's put the user in a timeout. I forgot about all of the YouTube stuff that goes on. So, general reading advice for M128. We've got another Empress here, and I think I know who that other Empress is. Can I get mayo on my sandwich, please? I'd like some mayo on. Every time I've thought that, I was like, I wonder where she is. I wonder what she's doing. Oh, it's the lo mein. They're pretty good too. So Empress 1, and then Empress 2, Empress 128, and then Empress quintuple S, Empress quintuple S. But M128, Empress M128. Got your cards coming on strong. Forgive my ramblings and the time it takes me to sometimes get ready. This, takes a lot of water to bring this program to you. It does. Okay. Can we get a general reading, please, for Empress M128? General reading, please, for Empress M128. For the week. She is specified for the week, so it's good. We can do that. And thanks for joining the program. If it's your first time here, namaste a while. Okay? We're good people. It's a fun little community. And contrary to the Tarot Destroyer's words, I get that some tarot channels probably need that. This one doesn't. Weird, because tarot's just what happens. We are the channel. Okay. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords. Oh, man. All right. It might be a bit of a bumpy week. I see good tidings financially for you this week. It looks like money shouldn't be any kind of an issue for you. Advice: save, find intrinsic value in things. Maybe you're going garage sailing this weekend. Wouldn't that be fun? You could do something like that. And then you might kind of on the inside still be going through a bit of a healing process. You might be like pulling out some of the daggers of old wounds. It's not necessarily that you're clearing karma or finding closure on a situation, but this is, I think, in a process where like old wounds are healing. You may even find that somebody might pay you back money that they owe you. I don't know if that resonates for you, but I kind of get that feeling where it's like you might have written off somebody that wasn't going to pay you back, but then they might end up paying you back. So that's a good thing. And it might come to you as a complete surprise. So that's rather interesting. I like that. There's earth energy abound. It also says beware of betrayal, potentially by earth sign. Okay, I just read them as they lay, because it is possible. Keep your ear out and your eyes out for activity that doesn't jive with your vibe. You might find yourself wanting to get involved in certain situations and certain dramas with people that end up like you always feel that buyer's remorse with it. I don't know why there's that, because it's the Three of Swords. And that's the only thing I can see with it, like being stacked up against all these powerful pentacles, is like some type of buyer's remorse. Like if you're going to make a big purchase, make sure that you really want it. Make sure it is the quality of what you want, and make sure that, you try it on for a little while, or see if there's like a test period or what the return policy is before you make any big purchases over the next week or so. And as well, if like rent or mortgage is due and you're worried about these kind of things, it's saying not to. It's saying that, the money that you save and future money that has yet to come in is secure. So financially, pretty good week for feeling good security in crown chakra. So I like that, but just beware of like, I don't know, there's like a remorse or like some sort of like earth sign of being around, that there could be like a bit of a betrayal or a con, or maybe you're fooling yourself on certain thought patterns or situations when you could be more clear and mentally in a state of mind, and get rid of and help invoke more a catalyst to the healing that's taking place inside you. It's like you can now push extra steps to encourage the rate of which old issues are healing up. Okay, rather than dwelling, let's get out of our dwelling, right? Meaning our house. Let's get out of the house. Let's go find adventure and inspiration in new places now, because the other ones are starting to grow a little bit stale, for lack of a better word. What's another word for stale? It's just like the tried and true gets too comfortable. So sometimes you have to go out and challenge those comfort levels again in order to kind of like feel that breath of life really in you, and be out and a part of the bigger picture, because the inner work is, you've been focused on it, I feel, and you've been doing it, and you've been doing great jobs, but now it's time to test yourself outwardly by going out and being in places that make you happy. And if you're the type that tends to fret about money, it's saying don't. Make sure that, wealth is there in your life, and it's not just a constant push and pull of money in, money out, which sometimes we can get bogged down in certain information bubbles. That's what we need to be most concerned about, because they drill it into our head. So then unconsciously we become that concerned about it, where we don't stop to take that time. And not a good week for romance, to be honest with you. Not a good week to start something new for romance. It shows that anything started could be rushed, and be careful of the people that may be approaching you romantically, that they're not already married. Okay? That's just what I got for you. General reading, general advice. That's an interesting spread. That's a different one, for sure. All right, Empress M128, thank you so much for being on the program. A thumbs up to you. We just have, we have Empress here. Quintuple S Empress. Ruchi, ya, ya, ya. Ruchi, hey. All right. Thanks, Empress. Hello, Empress. Thanks, Empress. What's new, Empress? Oh, she said already posted. What's coming next towards me? What's on the train tracks? What are you gonna mow down with your train? With your lawnmower? Go mow the lawn. You should go mow the grass. Okay? Gotta go do that. Get that taken care of. Pluck those dandelions. Get your hiney in the air and garden like you just don't care. Oh, okay. Your focus was on the cash dollars? Good. Don't worry about it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, Christina. We'll get you right in after our friend. All right. You're welcome, Empress. Thank you for being here. All right. And Empress, what's coming for Empress? 5S Empress. Ruchi, yeah. I think the cards know that Ruchi song. They're just like, bouncy, yeah. Okay. Ruchi, yeah. Give me the cards. There we go. Saruchi. Nice. Ace of Pentacles. Princess of Pentacles. That's good. And the Knight of Wands. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I think there's a situation at hand where you're not quite sure what to make of somebody. Maybe somebody new in your environment. Could be just a colleague. Could be like a friend or an intermediary, an interloper. That's such a terrible word. Negative connotation, but it's not really. It's just like somebody that appears in your life for a period of time. You're not sure what to make of them. I don't see any confrontation coming in next. I see a narrow miss of confrontation, possibly. Or I see you possibly feeling taken aback by someone else's presence. And I don't think this is going to last very long, though. You might just kind of like feel a little bit swoon or smitten with somebody that's like there in your life. Could be the guy at the grocery checkout. Could be something, but I get a feeling it's something that's like inspiring your sense of passion, and desire. Interestingly enough, it's like that, These cards also want me to tell you with the lower court cards here that the uniqueness of the day is meant to be taken advantage of. So if a day presents a certain way and it's out of the ordinary, that is a hint, that is a sign that you are on the right path, that you, if you will yourself to do so, can change the drum of your own beat, change the beat of your own drum. Because we all beat to the drum, march to the beat of our own drum, but rarely do we kind of consciously go in and do the work of changing the beat of the drum. And all that means is like looking at things with a bit of a different perspective. There's something beautiful coming along too. It might be like a red hot Lamborghini, or like, I don't know how this is going to present itself, but there's going to be something very opulent that occurs in your life too, that you're going to be like, I want more of that. I want some more. It could be just delicious chocolate cake. It could be good food. It could be the presence of somebody with a good sense of humor. And you're like, I just kind of feel like I want more of that. It could be your favorite show. It could be manifest a million different ways. But this is something special. You'll know it because it's like there's a level of opulence or luxury to it that draws your eye, that captivates. I don't know if it's a person. It possibly could be, but they'd have to be like super George Clooney type, like, holy moly. Maybe you're going to meet somebody famous in the very near future. There's that possibility as well. You could have come across, like, have a brush with fame, interestingly enough. And the Ace of Pentacles being there, that's really nice because, again, these are the first steps in a long journey with something going on. Anchor is important at this time. Stay grounded. I feel like part of you wants to like cut the anchor off and like just drift away and just, stay in La La Land, in dreamland as long as possible. But as soon as you do, you miss feeling grounded, that security. And that's the kind of the constant battle that's always there. Like, how red is the red pill and how blue is the blue pill? How do we stay firmly rooted in that which we know, but at the same time grow ourselves spiritually and grow our conscious to more happiness so it can bloom in happiness without letting go too much of the things that we need to not freeze to death, not starve to death, not do that, right? So with that, maybe the idea is to not hold on so tightly to whatever it is that you're holding on to, because then you can't get your hand out of the box. You can't use your hand for other things when it's gripped on that super tight. But it's a remembrance to stay anchored whenever this luxurious or opulent opportunity or offering or just something that is there for appreciation. Inspiration is great, but if you don't capitalize on inspiration, it becomes fleeting. And some people wait a long time between events that are truly inspiring. And this has the potential to be that through whatever opulence it carries, situation, object, idea, or otherwise. So be practical about it, I guess, as well. The Princess of Wands there. Stay anchored. Got it. Okay. Secondhand frame. Squeeze those dollars till the pennies pinch themselves. That's right. We don't have the penny. They got rid of the penny long ago up here in Canuckville. They just stopped making it. And I think what it costs to make our nickel is actually worth less than what the nickel stands for. It's weird. None of that funny business. It's money business. Okay, it was good to see you today, Empress. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for being here. And I know we just kind of missed paths. I was doing goofy stuffs with the stream, and it had to get a remix. A remix. So, yeah. Good to see you. And I hope all is well. Keep me updated. Thank you. All right. Romanian. It's like everybody and their dog now is like. So it used to be like a pretty clandestine thing that, people read tarot. Like if you went to a tarot reader, it was like a UFO sighting. You just didn't tell anybody. And now it's like everybody knows because the internet has blown it all up. And so everybody becomes, well, some people might still get taught by another. Most people teach themselves. I was taught by another person. It was like a 2-day thing. I needed it to get the core information of all 78 images. But I learned with Rider-Waite, too. So it was like blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. Like, where is the map? And then when all these new cool cards started coming out, I was like, holy, this shit has gone to a new level. Okay, one last question for Christina L. And then we're saying goodnight. As Wiedersehen. What else? And if any of you find this young man, please let me know, because I need some tips. All right. Secondhand news. Secondhand choo-choo. Choo-choo. Chugga-chugga-chugga. Choo-choo. All right. Just because it's so fun, I'm going to play one more while Christina posts, and then that'll be it.
What does it feel like to drive a cloud? What does it feel like to steer a river? What does it smell like to smell a mountain? At Jubilee, we're committed to letting you do the impossible, and now we've succeeded in letting you drive the undrivable. The Jubilee Dementia. The car engineers said shouldn't be made. Test drive one today and experience what scientists for decades claimed was beyond the realm of safe driving. Jubilee. Be reasonable or be fast.
All right. I choose fast because reasonable can be boring. All right. When can I get answers to the question, is it that I'm not supposed to know or that I'm missing the answers? Okay. So a sense of time to everything. When is always most interesting. And when, I think, is the part we struggle with the most, right? The existential traditional question of meditation for the last century has been, who am I, right? That's a who. Where am I hasn't come to the surface so much, because where am I is kind of like, it's been limited to the meat suit and to the waking and the sleeping states of consciousness. So, and wherever you go it's where you are. So it's that one's easily dispatched. Humans struggle with why a lot. That's a big one. Why, right? But once we realize that why is like kind of beyond our control, when we either know what's why or we don't know what's why. It's kind of like genetics. It's either XY, XX. When it's Y, it's either unknowable or getting to the bottom of it can be completely frustrating with Y. So people do struggle with Y a lot. When is amazing, because when is like shooting fish in a barrel, right? When is the bullet going to get to a fish? Or am I just wasting my loonies at the county fair here? So when can be tricky, right? Oh, and what is a non-starter also? You're like, what? So your 5 W's covered. Okay, so we asked the tarot, when can Christina L. get the answers that she's questioning? The question, when she can find the answer to the questions? And how may these answers reveal themselves? Tarot, thank you for all the readings today. Thank you to all the people in the chat room that have shown up. Thanks to the moderators. Thanks to the long-standing, loyal people that have come to know us. It's amazing to have you here. Fifth of Pentacle. It's a slippery slope, it's saying. It's a 10 of Pentacles. Oh, wow. And it's a 9 of Swords. So, it's guarded. The 10 of Pentacles is saying that the answer is guarded. And I think that you know that the answer is knowable. So, and I have a feeling it is more of like a why that's knowable, but the frustration of getting to the bottom of it. So who is guarding? Well, what do we look at here? Somebody who's like doling out all the goodies? Does that person have the secret? Does he know the recipe to the cookies? And that's why he gets to sell all the cookies and everybody has to wait for cookies? That's not fair, right? It almost has a feeling that way, as like almost like a guarded recipe or something, or it's like, you go and old Miss Robinson down the street, she's so nice, she always brings the cookies for everybody, and then when you ask her for the recipe, she pulls out a gun and is like, back off, lady. It has that vibe to it where it's like, the answer that you seek is being guarded from you. So I don't think that you're missing it. I just don't think that you have access to the answer. And, answer and ancestor, because the Ten of Pentacles here is as well. It's like, there's like, you have an ancestor that knows the answer. And Six of Pentacles, it's kind of like you keep going to the vending machine expecting a crunchy bar, but you punch in the right numbers and it keeps spitting out M&Ms. It's almost like the questioning method about it is counterintuitive. So find out if the relevance of the question suits a clear path to understanding of getting to the answers. But I think you've tried this like many times already before. The Nine of Swords is sometimes the definition of insanity, like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But you don't get it. It's just like asking the question again and again and again. You get conflicting messages, you get no messages, you get answers, but they don't resonate. You get, all this kind of stuff. So while you're lamenting the fact that you don't know, go inside and find out all the things that you do know. Okay? It's kind of like a switch parameters type thing on it. Don't put the emphasis on the answer or what you don't know. In your meditations, go in and put the emphasis on all the things that you do know. And that might reveal something for you. You might not be able to validate that against a situation, a person, a truth, a proof, or a random facsimile. But what you can do is that you can establish a deductive reasoned truth based on the other truths that you already have. It's almost like a calculus puzzle out on the blackboard. Those kids in Good Will Hunting or whatever, like the Big Bang Theory, they are always working on those things, and they always, because in calculus you've got known value, unknown value by known value of X, right? And it's kind of like, well, how do we get an answer if we need to find an answer? We need to find a value in order to get to the answer. I think the value can be found through your own understanding of kind of inventorying and putting into or prioritizing or even just listing the truths that you do know, because that's what these swords are representing. And by doing that, then you can fathom, you can create, you can imagine what could be true, and then test those against your good vibes. Test them again. Do a litmus test against your good vibes. How does that sit with me? Does that feel right? Does that seem right? Could you live with that truth in your head for a few days, weeks, or months before you were actually able to validate it? And if you could, maybe life just happens, and that answer may be something that's supposed to be like synthesized until you get to a point where it can be validated. Did that make sense? You synthesize an answer and then just have it, hoping the college professor doesn't call you out on it, like for it to be valuable further down the road. But the secret, I call it a secret, but the answer is being guarded. And I don't know why. Usually when information is guarded, it's because there's like some sort of cover up, somebody doesn't want people to know things. People don't want the information out there. And if this is more of a spiritual question, if it opposes to like any queries that you have of source or all the good fun stuff that we talk about here, just use that same methodology. Test that against the inner truths that you do have, right? Sometimes the answer is not yet. I think the answer is there. I just think it can't be validated through traditional or the means that we're used to. Okay, Christina, thank you. That's interesting. That's a lot of time, and hopefully it's not keeping you up at night. I like the number 9, but I'm not a big fan of the 9 of Swords card. Not a big fan of it. Not a big fan. Yeah. Okay. Lady Stephanie. It's so good to see you. It's been a while since we've chatted. I said that might be the last reading, but we could probably squeeze Lady Stephanie in all the right places. We could probably squeeze Lady Stephanie in. all the right places. Just kidding. Just tooting your tooter a little bit. There, Stephanie. We love you. You're cute. You're awesome. You got great energy. Just spins it. Yeah. My answer is the whole whirlwind of truth. What is it all for? What does it all mean? What is the purpose of it? Why does it seem so fatalistic? We're supposed to be optimistic over a situation that's fatalistic? It doesn't make any sense. It never was supposed to, because it's a dingly darn game. It's a game. And once you treat it like a game, it begins to present more like a game, and then you learn the rules of the game, and that's how you win. We missed you too. We missed y'all. Thank you, everybody that's been watching through the years and doesn't care if I go on a 6-month hiatus. You guys are the best. You guys are truly, truly the best. And I love you with each and every faith. Each and every bit of my beating little heart. We had some cool readings today. Moon and Cancer was here. We had Empress was kicking around. All of the mods that are still relatively odd. It's good to have you guys here. What do you want, Stephanie? What do you want, Stephanie? You want to be the last reading of the night? Sometimes that's a good place to be in. It's funny. Waiting to still see Citron, Steph Z. We saw D Lovely the other night. Still waiting to see Eve, our resident cook. Don't know where she's been. I think she was trucking last time we caught up with her. But now we got Stephanie here. Wonder whatever became of the Alaska connection. Hopefully they got out and found it in nature. You know, if you guys ever just stop watching this channel, I'm actually really happy. It's like, I'm glad that you do watch, but I'm glad when people are tuned right out, tuned right off of anything socially internetish. I know that when I do that, it's a great feeling. So when other people choose to do that, I think that that's really good. Yeah, but still kind of stick around, right? Keep those the web part of the interweb still going. Oh, okay. It's kind of oh, well, that's really good. We should do some more of that. Turn up the bass ASMR stuff. No, that's kind of silly. I've tried to tone it down a little bit. I think I was really letting my narcissistic colors fly over the last few live streams. And I think it's because I was away from it. I didn't have that reality check. I didn't have that narcissism check. And I think I was getting a little bit too kind of wacky and off the wall. It's fun for a time, but you know what? I felt like this reboot needed to be more about connecting, because I never know how long I'm going to be able to stay. And I love just being able to be a part of it at the end of the day, because, it's a rough and tumble world out there. We're living through an information war. Can you believe that? WW3 presents as an information war. It's crazy. So crazy that we got to this point. I saw a split in the collective of some thinking this way and some thinking that way, but never did I ever expect it to be as divided and confusing as this. So stay safe, stay well protected, stay what do you call it? Stay fireproof. Don't let people gaslight you. Okay? And don't let anybody else burn your gas unless they have a darn good reason. Grandkids or otherwise. Go out and mow the lawn. Oh, yeah. Just telling you what to do. Doing, not doing. Being, not being. Feeling, not feeling. Choosing, not choosing. These are all the ways of the non-dual. It's whatever you can. Whatever you can. And thanks, Chloe. Thanks, Stephanie. You let me off the hook. I'm a little fishy and I'm on the hook. This has been the Tarot Cafe. If anybody else has anything left that they wish to poke, prod, say, comments, questions, concerns, feel free to leave me feedback. If any of you Feels like a sigh of all over the place. It's true. If any of you want to come back and watch later, or if you're watching in the future and you made it all the way to the end, like maybe you hit the red bar and went to the end, stick around. Click on us so that you get us next time or any time that we happen to be around, because it's good. And so with that, I guess it's time to say farewell and goodbye. Oh yeah, we're just about there. We'll give it a few more minutes. Thanks everybody. I'll play another ad, but I'll talk over it if somebody's got something.
We are the law accountant. The law accounting. I know what you're thinking. Are we lawyers? Are we accountants? Well, it's a complicated question, probably requiring the services of a lawyer and an accountant. Is that us? Well, what do you think? Seems to me that there's a lot of you out there who might need the use of the law accounting. But that's not legal advice. That's life advice. In fact, we're legally barred from providing legal advice. The law accounting. Officially unlicensed since 2005.
Do you mean the littlest hobo?
I'm famous chef Tony Magoni, owner of Tony Magoni's Steakhouse. And when people ask me where I get my award-winning meat from, it's from one place, Meaty Bits. No matter what you need, be it a smoked pig, a goat by sunset, or a 10-foot alligator and a salty brine.
That's a good way to go out.
Meaty Bits will get it to you fast with a smile and completely without judgment. So, if it's good enough for Tony Magoni's Steakhouse, why not be good enough for Joe Public's Home House? Yeah. Get in touch with Meaty Bits.
Stephanie.
Tell them Tony sent you. Meaty Bits. If it ever was alive, they can get it to you dead.
Don't you want money for nothing? Yeah, you do. What's
All right. Just a second. We'll get this going on.
Looking for royalty-free music? Discover Epidemic Sound. Get the safest music.
Tony Magoni.
There's this voice that keeps on calling me.
Hold on. There we go. Just for you, Stephanie.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style.
Come travel light, that's hobo style.
Settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
It's got the spacey vibe to it too. The aliens are coming. It's a great song.
Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold. A brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for making it as big of a success as it was. And for us, that's just right. It's been a pleasure to read for you as always. Beats Netflix for sure. Yeah, we do. We do it upright. All right, friends. Till tomorrow. Till tomorrow. Might not be tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a Sunday night program. Might have to be a Monday. Might have to get you guys while you're all in the Monday warrior. Okay, ciao for now.